Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing? Hey View, thanks View, for putting my hey Beans and Cornbread. Hey First Lady YouTube. Hey Restless Day, how you doing? Hey Lady Godiva, how y'all doing? Chat. I hope you guys enjoyed your long weekend. I sure did. I was sifting along today, trying to find out something, try to see what was going on through the holiday. I really didn't see anything real interesting that was going on. Hey Yvette, how you doing? But I did see Billie Jean put out her edits about the pre Vegas, the events leading up to, the over advertised and underproduced production of Vegas Gate 2.0. I saw that. Billie Jean's review. Thank you, Beans and Cornbread. To me, was very interesting. Hey, Buddha Bear, because a lot of those things that she put up on the first one, I didn't even see. Y'all know I can't sit through long lives and all this and all that, but some of that audio that she put up, I didn't even see it. So I was like, wow, okay, and it kind of made me feel like in the first part, y'all hit the one if y'all saw what Billie Jean edited yesterday, so we could talk about it. Did you hear about it? No, I didn't. I haven't done celebrity news in a while. I got to get back to that other channel. Y'all please subscribe to my other channel. Uh, it's on my community wall. Good morning, Miss LA. How you doing? So you saw it? Okay. Well, at least we know First Lady YouTube saw it. Hey, just read my book. How y'all doing? Y'all please hit the like button. Please hit the like button and share the video, child. It's been a couple of days, right? I got to get back in the algorithm. Y'all please like the video. Please, y'all know I like 100 likes. Ain't 100 people yet, but child, we can work on it. We should have at least 63, right? Right, just read my book. Well, I didn't see most of it too. I am glad that she did it. Yeah, I don't look at most of it. Yeah, you're right, View. I didn't see. So I didn't see a lot of it either. But some of it was very interesting. I said I want to come and talk about Billie Jean's review. First of all, I liked it. Second of all, I was featured in it. Thanks, Billie Jean. She featured that conversation that I had with Cheffy on there. I was glad Billie Jean did that. It broke down. Yeah, it broke it down for you, right? You finished part two, Miss LA. Tell I was featured in part two. I was like, thank you, Billie Jean, girl. Y'all please hit the like button. And so yeah, put I didn't talk. I didn't even get until I seen Billie Jean's review. Hey, Rodney. I didn't get the fact that it seems to me like Sassy kind of pushed. Okay, now like when I was listening to the first one, right? I didn't see the conversation that they had. I think on that was on Lemon's channel. Hey, film slick the body. My comments were on some of the videos. Right. Okay. Right. View. And so I didn't see the conversation because y'all know Lemon come on late at night, right? Hey, CCT, how you doing, Cap? Hope you had a good weekend. And I didn't see that conversation, but at one point in time, that conversation, it got so heated that it got so heated that Chefy said, well, because Lemon kept saying, you can, it's fine if you go or whatever. I just don't want you around me, and all of this and all that, right? I'm glad you uploaded short. I'm glad going to upload short today to show you say chunks for the receipts we talked about to show you the chunks of receipts. Oh, okay, just read my book. And so anyway, at one point in time, the conversation got kind of heated on Lemon's panel. Y'all please hit the like button if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Y'all please help me get back in the algorithm chat after this long weekend, right? And so at one point in time, Sassy was like, I don't like the narratives that he's spinning on me. I don't think. Thank you, Vince. I don't think. I don't like the stuff that he's saying about me. Hey, TT speaks. Hey, Ebony. Y'all please hit the like button. Y'all let me know when we get to 100 likes, right? So I can stop saying it. Please share the video. Both of them was messy, but chat rep needed to have her own money. I agree with that lady, get out. And so, like I said, hey Cruiser, how you doing, love? I hope you enjoyed your weekend. So at one point, like I said, she really didn't appreciate Lemon, the things that he was saying, right? And so yeah, her breakdown was absolutely fabulous. I agree. And she was like, "But I don't want to go." She was, wait, started, thinking back and forth. She wanted to go or not. And it seemed like Sassy got irritated with her saying that she didn't want to go. Now, this is before Sassy raised the money. I didn't see that video, and it seemed like she kind of bullied her into saying, that okay, I'll go on and go or something like that. She was real agitated. First she was scolding Cheffy, like Cheffy was a child, right? About Lemon, pretty much leave Lemon alone, blah blah this and blah blah that, right? Y'all please hit the like button, please share the video. And then she was like, "Well, let me know what you want to do, because I ain't got to do this and I ain't got to do that and blah blah blah." It wasn't an interesting cruise. I did not see that. I didn't see Lemon's video when that happened. Like I said, I'm not up in the wee hours of the morning unless I get up to go to the bathroom. Sometimes I turn on YouTube, while I'm sitting on the toilet. You know what I mean? Sometimes I won't. Depends on how tired I am, right? I didn't see any of that footage live either, view. I really did, but that was a very interesting conversation. It seemed like she was wanting to, and I'm talking about Sassy. It would seem like she was wanting, she didn't appreciate Sassy, kind of wavering uh uh you know how can I say this? It seemed like she was taking up for Lemon, but she was upset cause Cheffy, didn't know if she even wanted to go after all of that Avena that she said to her, right? And to me it seemed like I said, it seemed like I guess she was very agitated because the woman was about to change her mind, and I don't know why. Because it wasn't her trip, you know what I mean? Because she's like, I'm spending my time and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and and me. But girl, you ain't the one going on the trip, you know. I wouldn't have went to work with my own money. And Olivia was right. If someone got an attitude with me, I would have paid their own stuff. Yeah, I would have paid my own stuff and left. Ain't nobody gonna talk down to me or talk down to me or talk to me like I'm a child. I don't care where you at. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care who you think you are. You know what I mean? Don't take a tone. I'm very sensitive when it comes to tones. You know what I mean? Offline. And what you won't do is, give me a tone. My head is gonna spin around like the Exorcist if I think you're giving me a tone. Okay, I don't like that kind of stuff, right? Especially burger is I never watch it. Girl, I just be watching. When I think it's some tea, I click on anybody's panel, But I don't see that with them. Like I said, I'm not up in the wee hours of the morning, so child, it just be what it be, right? But I missed that part of it, and I would have mentioned that, when I was talking about what was going on between Sassy and Cheffy, you know, and then so I seen all of that, and then on part two, I seen where I didn't see the footage when she was on Nika's channel when she was doing the blush and the lipstick and all this and all that. And I think that by the time they got to the restaurant, they were kind of tipsy, right? View says that bra conversation joke was rude as it. Yeah, but then we see chat rep running in a video with, well, I'm glad that Billie Jean highlighted that conversation about the bra because she really was treating Sheffy like she was a charity case. Like she didn't know, well, yeah, if you want to buy a bra, you're going to do this. She's like, I'm going to pay for I'm going to get the trip. And you need to worry about getting your hair fixed and, finding somebody, figuring out how to get you a bra and all. Like as if the girl ain't a grown woman. I mean, she's 30 years old. Hate to see her comfort zone. 30 plus years old, and you are so you treating her like she a charity case on one hand, but then on the other hand, you saying she not a charity case. I just wanted to go have fun. She is not worldly. She said she was not worldly and all of this and all that, right? So I don't understand how Sheffy dealt with that. And I'm thinking, wow, she really wants somebody to pay for this trip because some people, you don't care what they don't care what you say or do as long as you're giving them what they want, right? So that was the impression I got, right? So, like I said, Yeah, she did refer to her as a client. I didn't get that. What does she mean by client? What does she mean by that? I was like, what? But anyway, child, I don't know what she had going on in her head, right? I don't like to be in restaurants with folks at the next table speaking like they were all ratchet loud like that. Right, right. Miss Classy Sassy was really, loud, and ratchet, in the club or whatever. And that's why I was like, honey, I would never sit with y'all acting like this. You know what I mean? It seemed like it was a nice restaurant. I guess it was, in the evening, it was about to close, whatever. But nevertheless, I'm thinking different about some folks at restaurants. Yeah, it wasn't a tacky view. It was absolutely tacky. I agree. Right, y'all. Please hit the like. How many? Somebody let me know how many likes we got, so I can stop saying please hit the like button and share the video. And I hate to say that, y'all, but it really helps me stay in the algorithm. And it's free. I ain't begging for no money or nothing. You know what I mean? The hitting the like button is free. And I really would appreciate it. From one person to the next, right? And so, like I said, when they got to the restaurant, I felt like they was kind of tipsy. I didn't see that Nika interview, Nika's, part where she had, got the kettle one and they had a drink in them and all this and all that. Well, Sheffy shouldn't have went on that trip. Sassy was low key shading her. She was really low key shading her, and treating her like I said, a charity case, and treating her like she was the quote unquote downtrodden, because that's that term that talent likes to use, downtrodden and all this and all that. That's how she was treating her, and she a grown woman. You know what I mean? Sheffy was acting like she didn't know what was going on. She knew it. Yeah, she knew exactly. Hey, Demetri, how you doing? Good morning, honey. Yeah, how many likes we got? Sassy was rude to that girl, and she got mad because we knew people didn't see her as cute as she acts, Average Jane. Well, I mean, I think she did get mad about that. I think she's a beautiful woman, myself. Um, and it wouldn't matter to me what anybody thought about, how I look or what I look like, because it's just all about me when it comes to how I look and what I look like. Everybody else's ideals of my person don't matter to me. I'm just that type of person. I could care less what you think about me. Okay, because I know exactly who I am, child. Anyway, maybe she said client because she used corporate critical. Well, no, she said she didn't use that. You know what I mean? A full store restaurant with white table line. Absolutely not like that. Well, absolutely damn slick. So I seen that, and I just felt like, and I really, seeing the video, I really do think the camera slip was, a mistake and not a mistake. I kind of felt like if she didn't want to pay her back for how she was treating her, she should have. You know what I mean? And I still, but then on the Sheffy side, it did still sound kind of ungrateful. But after all that I heard from Sassy, then I was thinking, no, it ain't ungrateful. I was really conflicted over that whole thing. You know what I mean? And so it is what it is. You know what I mean? But view is a mess. Yeah, now I did hear about that, Demetria Chad. They said you did a good job. They said you should have won. Mm-hmm. Sassy is just okay for real. I don't. I'm not finna. Girl, I can care. Them slick. I don't care. I'm more worried about the mentality of the situation. You know what I mean? And that was just really nothing. When it came to that part of the commentary, I didn't think nothing about that one way or the other because somebody that ain't never been on camera, you really can't judge me. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, and we know when it comes to that troll, she sounded like a hater to me when she was talking about, hey Max Bookie, how the girl looked. She sounded like a whole hater, in my opinion. So, yeah, how many likes we got? We got 100 likes yet? The most I got out of the production is everyone was telling Sassy it wasn't a good idea, right? But the more talk uh told her, the more she was determined because I guess she feel like, well, they ain't gonna tell me what to do. You know what I mean? And then that part about, and I had forgot about that part when she was on Ronnie Q's panel and she kept irritating Yaya, talking about something. She going. I was like, girl, you are so silly. She was clearly, hey, Allie one of that. She was clearly, trying to irritate Yaya and all that. We going, we go, she going. But honey, but at the end of the day, you holler, she going, and you cancel the trip. Yeah, she still went, but you canceled the trip, because she, you felt like she done you something wrong. But I feel like at the end of the day, they done each other wrong. So that's what I got out of production too. You know what I mean? But overall, as far as the production goes, it puts a lot of things in context. So I really like the way that Billie Jean does her productions. And thank you again, Billie Jean. Like it was great. Like because I missed a couple of those lives that were posted in the production. I didn't see them. You know what I mean? And so yeah, Sassy was determined to do it, and prove folk not to second guess her. Right. Then I'll say it basically happened. Then she was mad because she was mad because people had an opinion. You know what I mean? But y'all, we got 57 likes and 171 people. Y'all, can we please get to 100 likes? I appreciate it. Thank you. If I had to eat poop, with nitty needles on the rail track, I wouldn't ask anyone for anything. Right, right, right. What I don't have, I do without until I. That's right, First Lady. I wish I would. Charlie could never be me. Well, the contest is just that. My mission is always to please and leave my stamp. Yeah, I heard your mission was accomplished. And then to the point to where Cheffy tried to post it on her thing and got a whole channel snatched. What was that about? I was like, girl. And then you know what? People really need to start paying attention to the community guidelines. It will really behoove you to read those community guidelines. Okay? Hey, Bougie Auntie said I'm at 60. We almost there, y'all. We just need 40 more likes. She said, Yaya said, apologize when Sheffy went. Is she willing to apologize to Yaya because she ended up canceling it? You know what I mean, Cruiser? That's a very good point. Does she feel like she owes Yaya an apology? Because evidently Yaya was right, because Sassy ended up canceling the trip. So you're right. She said, she was hollering about an apology, but does she owe an apology? And so, yeah. hmm That's a good point. I agree. Hey, Creole Butterfly, I saw your performance. You should have won. Oh, she talking to the matron. Ooh, have y'all signed up for Creole Butterflies uh baked potato contest? I was eating me a baked potato this weekend, and I thought about Creole Butterfly. It was cornmeal for a chef to have that happen. Too thirsty. The community guidelines. Yeah, the community guidelines are there for a reason. You know what I mean? Coming to, about her channel being snatched, it's unfortunate. I hate to see anybody's channel get snatched. But I was kind of thinking that somebody, and nobody didn't even have to flag her channel. Like she when you post that type of video, even if you got it unlisted, they gonna snatch it. And they gonna snatch your channel. You know, and so yeah, that channel they had it still has it. Yeah, they still have the channel, right? But she got her snatched. Wasn't her video number one? It was somebody else's video. Number one and number two, you downloaded it and tried to put it on your channel, even if it was unlisted, even if it was in members only. You didn't clearly didn't have YouTube didn't feel like she had permission to even download that video. You know, so thank you, just my thoughts, Mr. Carruthers. But yeah, so really, y'all really content creators, new and old, read those community guidelines because they changed them up a bit. You know what I mean? And it's even harder to make $1 on YouTube, right? And so I don't even know what's going on with that, but because they want you to work like a slave around here to make $1, okay? And so, but you don't want to in your quest of trying to build your channel, you don't want to go against one of the community guidelines because it ain't like the old days. They'll snatch your channel in a second. So you really have to be careful. What's up, Miss? Hey, the Be Sector Podcast. They'll snatch your channel in a second. Please read those community guidelines, y'all. So I hope she built her another channel. I heard D Spot, saying that she would build her another channel, but she felt down about it. You know what I mean? And so yes, very shocking, especially when you think you didn't do nothing but wrong. But what you did wrong was not read the community guidelines. They're there for a reason. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm not a part of getting along game here in the virtual. Me either, child. I just move like this in real world. But I do me. Okay. I can only run my channel. You know what I mean? But I suggest to every content creator to read the community guidelines. And so yeah. They're a little more stringent these days, especially pertaining to other people's content. You know, and the content was inappropriate, but it wasn't about the inappropriateness of the content. It was about the fact that it was somebody else's content. And I think that's what got her channel snatched, honestly. So you really got to be careful with that these days. Anyway, child, I hate to see that. And she can rebuild, she got a momentum. The Vegas Gate conversation is still going on, right? Yes, they don't hardly give you any chance. No, they don't any chances. They'll snatch it in a minute, Rodney. They'll snatch and won't give it back. It don't matter what you say on your appeal. Hey, Dreamy Genie, that's why it's good to have. It's absolutely why it's good to have a backup channel. Y'all subscribe to my backup channel. I'm gonna put me a old video up so y'all can subscribe to my backup channel. Okay, I appreciate it. And so, speaking of channels being snatched, I was listening to that Cat Piss Crazy Demon over there the other day. uh well, I think it was yesterday, as a matter of fact, and she was talking about people's channels, right? So one person's channel she was talking about was Lemon's channel, right? uh yeah, it's me, Jason. She was talking about Lemon's channel. She said this whole channel was flaggable and all of this and all that. And I'm thinking, why is she so pressed that she got to worry about people's? Why does she want people's channels flagged? If you talk about me, I'm gonna flag your channel and all this and all that. Everybody talk about everybody. Why does she think she's the only one that can get on here and have a conversation about other people? But she's so sensitive, she don't want nobody to have a conversation about her. And I'm talking about that Cat Piss Crazy Demon, right? So she said that about Lemon. And then I think an ultimatum was thrown down, honey. Somebody threw down the glove. Now we know that Reed and VS is cool with one another, right? Thank you, First Lady. We know that Reed and VS is cool. I guess as cool as VS is going to allow whatever, whatever. But whatever. Um, she told View she was wondering why View hadn't flagged Nessa's channel yet. And I was like, why would she flag her channel? They talk about each other. Ness got pictures of View of Reed on there, and Reed got pictures of Ness on the community wall. And Reed knows how to roast, gag, and drag. You know what I mean? As does Ness. So you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't understand. Why was she flagging China? But I felt like she was slick giving her an ultimatum. Because we know when you're supposed to be cool with VS, if you don't do what she wants you to do, she gonna end up having a problem with you. I was like, oh, did Reed catch that? She catch everything else. Did you catch the ultimatum? And will Reed feel like she's got to flag Nessa's channel? And if so, why? Because they're doing the same thing to one another. Yeah, Reed. I interacted with that lady. I don't. Yeah, I'm talking about Reed out of Philadelphia. Her and VS supposed to be cool, but VS was wondering why she wouldn't flag. Um, um, she wouldn't flag. She wouldn't flag that girl's channel. Do we have 100 likes yet, y'all? And I'm thinking, why you want a channel flag? Why you want a channel took down? I mean, you still not getting no more that you gonna get. Hey, true black cheater. And so that's just real dirty to me. Reed was the one who flagged my community wall and had my channel terminated during the active battle. Well, and I'm guessing VS wanted her to do that to Ness, but if Ness was smart, she would take Reed's pictures off of her wall while she posting red panties. She need to be getting them pictures of Reed off her wall. Because Reed can read between the lines, and she know if she don't do what VS want her to do, they ain't gonna be cool no more. So I just felt like that, that was what I got out of that conversation yesterday. But you real insecure if you got to go around. And then what do you what why do you think that Lemon's channel is flaggable? You know what I mean? Why you worried about Lemon's channel? And if you talk about me this and you talk about him more than you talk about you. Ain't nobody worried about that lady like that. You know? Right, they posting each other's pics. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. VS was low key letting Reed know. Yes, she was letting her know what's up. They're letting her know what's up. It's time for you to flag Ness's channel. But I hope that Ness heard that she take Reed's pictures off her community wall. Because Reed know what's up too. But they roasting and gagging and dragging each other using pictures and everything. It's a two-way street, you know. So I hope Ness heard that and took all the woman's pictures off her community wall. And if you want to put somebody's picture on your community wall, it's a way in which to do everything. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, you ain't the best if you get you ain't. It's right. You ain't the best if you got to take out the competition. You right about that, Demetri. You right about that. I don't even think Reed want a flagger. I think she enjoyed the back and forth with Ness. In my opinion. Y'all, do we have 100 likes yet? I hope so. Please share the video. I like that you can flag community wall. I was just saying. I mean that's fine. If that's what you want to do. But still, seeing as how they're going back and forth with each other, why would you throw that out there like that? And what about Lemon's channel can be flagged? Like I'm confused. So you think you take out the people with the largest numbers, and then you're gonna be the number one seed, and everybody got to listen to you? No, they still ain't got to listen to you if they don't want to. And say you take out Nelson Lemon's channel, right? You flag them down, you get their channel snatched, right? That still ain't making people come to her. Is that what she think? I'm confused. That was the strangest thing. Why is she forcing herself back into the B sector and attacking? I don't know. I don't know. You know, she been unhinged, right? Like I seen that video of her, going to Taco Bell because she forgot her credit card or left her credit card. I'm thinking, girl, you low key begging. You low key dry begging. Don't know you if you left your card, that's on you for leaving your card. Take responsibility for you leaving your card at the Taco Bell. And then she put on a fake cry and everything, right? Right, it's the constant begging, right, Demetri? Constant begging, right? I'm like, girl, I don't think she okay with me, Jazzy. You know, then she even said something about Yaya, because Yaya put something on her wall about her. She even mentioned Yaya. I'm like, girl, get a grip. Okay. I'm like, ugh, what's going on? Hey, Miss B. But I found that very interesting. Boom, I was just typing it. Nothing but a hustle. That's all, Demetri. Nothing but a hustle. And she might have left the credit card there on purpose. So she can have some talk. Did you hear her put on that fake cry? I was like, girl, I thought I was going crazy. And I got me a new card, but oh my God, and the lady brought out the card and I'm still gonna make her put. So what? What is up to go live about? And why is people sitting over there looking at that nonsense? Yes, you want a millions back bad. I agree with that. Right view, first month dry begging. She said, yeah, Yaya ain't even been live on the panel lately. Yeah, she said Yaya was trying to get back in good with Nika and I guess Pizarro and them. She was saying that Yaya want to get back in with the clique because she wasn't getting no cash apps no more and all of this and all that. Girl, why is you worried about she trying to get back at the clique or not? Because they go back and forth all the time. Of course they was gonna link back up together. You can't one monkey ain't stop no show. Okay. My purse is close to these bro. I know that's right, view. Hey, Miss Toby. Thinking it's a dictatorship. Right, girl. This is not 2016, 2015, or 20 whatever. Honey, folks, she don't even put up a do people even do GoFundMe's anymore? Like, why? I'm like, girl, is she okay? If you didn't want to go to, the only reason why she went to Vegas in the first place was to try to get on Ness nerve. You know what I mean? Ness them, they had their own drama going on. They wasn't worried about her. I don't. Did they even mention her? Was she even an afterthought? I'm like, girl, is she trying to get back with the clique? Yeah, she's trying to get black with the clique too. Absolutely. Over there sniffing on Brianna's sweat. You know what I mean? Go fund me to get that money back that she spent on the trip or something. You know what I mean? She just made herself look like a fool on that trip because she could have saved all that. I'm only giving a few, the ones who are not there. I heard that just come from some. She looked dumb trying to mess up. Yeah, she looked dumb. They didn't even encounter her. Like, they didn't even run into her. So I'm like, girl, you wasted your time and now you trying to beg for the money back? Oh, yeah. That's why I'll come on here like I do. I don't beg and don't feel like should have to. But I also see how people are actually responding to that creep. So I ain't gonna play. I ain't gonna play herself. What, Demetri? So yeah, I just found it interesting. I seen that, that went on. Um, yes, ma'am, I was talking about it this morning, my dog. I was like, oh Lord, she really is dry back and hard. She shouldn't have took that trip in the first place. She didn't accomplish whatever it is that she thought she was going to accomplish. It didn't happen. Nobody was worried about her. The only bad interactions that she had to make them up. She got this crime thing going on right now, and why does she have to? Okay, yeah, okay. And so I also heard her talking about the honest road situation, right? Why does she try to, insinuate that it was a SA situation going on because she feel like he has a mental disability? You know what I mean? To call the adult protective services, she love to call these agencies, don't she? I'm like, girl, you doing too much, child. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Looking absolutely hinged. Hell of a job if she's skipping on break. She got you a best granny love. How you doing? And so I'm like, girl, it's very interesting. She is losing it. And then you know what? It's never. You are never too old to get therapy. You know what I mean? And if you see a creep around, hey, Mike Lewis, around every corner, you know what I mean? You might need to free your mind. You know what I mean? Like for real. Because it's really unfortunate the way she turned every situation into an SA conversation. I'm like, oh, Lord, dragging in MU for what? Now his stuff being recirculated again. All this started with, yeah. I mean, because that's what I said. What I said about the way that she doing MU, she said she was on the phone with MU a lot. They were supposed to be cool. You know what I mean? MU took her time to go down there, drive to Vegas for what? You know what I mean? It was all just a place. She should have stayed where she was. I wouldn't have wasted my gas or used my mileage to go down there and see her. I don't care who she thinks she is. Okay. Right? How she gonna label a role like that? He a grown man. To be honest, folks will be a fool to be friends with her again. Absolutely, she turned on people too fast. She is a literal snake, okay, for real, a demonic snake, a whole weirdo, right? Las Vegas is huge and levels, right? You can move around and never see someone you're moving into. Yeah, you're right. And she never saw them. She never came across her. They never bumped into each other by mistake or on purpose or nothing. It was a bust. Like you said, she went down there hoping to mess up that lady's trip or whatever, right? Nessa's trip or whatever, right? Honey, it was an epic fail in my opinion. She just made herself look stupid, like I said. But anyway, uh, what else was I gonna say about that? I was gonna say something else and I forgot. I was listening to Wiley's court update. Oh, what happened with that? Three Hearts. Is he still in custody? I hope so. I hope they're getting some help. Y'all please hit the like button. Are we at 100 likes yet? Yet? Are we on at 100 likes yet? View? Let me know, please. Y'all please hit the like button. Please share the video. And so anyway, I just found it very interesting, right? And then so we are all Vegas out, right? Pretty much, right? And so we got new narratives forming. So I understand Nessa's supposed to, come back from a trip from being with her family and do her video today. And so who knows what finesse she gonna throw up again. Oh, and about that Vegas thing. When Ness got this idea for Vegas, did you know? Okay, so like VS wanted to go to we at 93. Y'all, can I get 7 more likes? Oh my God, we almost there, y'all. Oh Lord, thank y'all. Okay, so y'all. Okay, so a lot of people, we know the B sector. A couple of folks. There were a couple of parties that ended up in Vegas, right? And so my thing was when Ness came up with this idea, was she really trying to poke fun at Seven Stars? Y'all remember when Poke Seven Stars went to Vegas and she went by herself and all this? Is that where Ness got that idea? Ness is starting to kind of remind me of Jay Wilson, right? Y'all know how Jay Wilson will pick up on somebody's idea and he'll run with it like he did with the Vegas thing, but he didn't follow through this time for whatever reason, right? And so I'm thinking, did she get the idea for Vegas from Seven Stars when Seven Stars went? Because her and Seven Stars don't get along, right? And I'm thinking, is that what she came up with that grand idea, right? And my thing is, whoever your sponsor was, child, your sponsor was trifling. Cause child, oh Lord, that room was low rate. what's his name? They said Lemon didn't have his own room. I think Lemon want to go. You think he wanted to go to Vegas? Well, I mean, he went. He got what he wanted. Thank y'all for the 101 likes. Y'all can keep it the like button, sharing the video if you want to. Hey, Queen David, Diva, Dreamy Jeannie. Hey, everybody that came in. Thank y'all so much. Right? Yes, he is. If he makes bond, he will be on house arrest. Oh wow, they will not take his YouTube away because it's only source. This is only source of income. How much is his bond? And does he have a house to go to? No, it started with Ness and Lemon planning to meet in California. Okay. Yeah, see, I thought she kind of got that idea from Seven Stars being in Vegas. Like I said, so because they don't get along. But if it started with them wanting to meet in California, okay, I got you. I got you. Thank you, Bushianti, for answering that question for me. Because I was wondering that. I really was. So we know that, like I said, when it comes to the Vegas thing, reason why the people of Vegas stay out on it, because it really, at the end of the day, wasn't much to talk about. Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of it is not even organic. The reason why people are still talking about the first Vegas game, Sean Bradley and Nika and Treasure Lane, is because that was all organic, right? They had organic beefs, right? People troll live these days and all of this and all of that. Yeah, I know it was Ness and Lemon's trip from the start, but I just didn't know if Ness got that idea from Seven Stars trip to Vegas, but they said no. They was wanting to meet in Cali first. So yeah, you know what I mean? Thank you. Yeah, and so what was I saying? Oh yeah, the reason why the first Vegas gate would be forever talked about because it was organic. You know what I mean? And it was very interesting. You know what I mean? And it's still organic right to this day, and can't nobody never change that. You know what I mean? And so, hey, Mia, see. And so my thing is, how can people say? Even Sean Bradley tried to say that, you know, uh, that Vegas Gate 2.0 surpassed the original Vegas Gate. I disagree. You know what I mean? I travel on a lot. I don't have to post. Right. I wouldn't dare post nothing in my real life, on YouTube. You know what I mean? Is Ronnie Q in this chat? If she is, I can't see her for some reason. Does she have me blocked and that's why I can't see her? What's up with that? Because Mia C said, at Ronnie Q, you're back. I didn't see her. I don't see her if she's in here. And so, anyway, if y'all see anybody making derogatory comments about me in this chat, and I can't see it or I don't say nothing about it, y'all please let me know. Okay? View said I don't see her either. Demetrius said I don't see her. Well, I don't know why Mia C put that right there then. So Mia C, is she in the chat? Because nobody else sees her. And I don't see her. But anyway, I'm sorry I made. Oh, you made a mistake. Oh, okay, no problem. No, so I guess she ain't in the chat, y'all. Okay, I was just I'm like, well, where I can't see her, right? So anyway, uh, what was that? Yeah, that's the reason why the first Vegas gate will always be talked about because it was organic, right? Now this whole Vegas gate to me at the end of the day turned out to be a whole finesse, and we know that, because she don't call people herself her people the finessers for nothing. She's really talking about herself. She tried to talk a good game, spin these narratives. She played up that trip so much that we thought it was gonna be a shebang. We thought it was going to be a private bus. You know what all we thought, but it was none of that, right? So it was all a finesse. It was all a play. You know what I mean? Miss O, some lady named Katie Talks was in court. Check her out. She's getting. Oh, I don't even really honestly. I wish the best for Wiley. I just want him to get his meds recalibrated so he won't be doing stuff like this because it's not safe. You know what I mean? And so yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like I said, when it comes to Las Vegas, and their mental health, their mental health, their public mental health, what they got going on is subpar. They could do more for the people. Because Wiley, when he was walking around in Vegas, like they said, but naked, he should have still been in the hospital. You know what I mean? So, but they let him go. So their public mental health, whatever they got going on, they need to work on that, in my opinion, because that's not right. You know. And so anyway, but I wish the best for him. Uh, We know the whole thing wasn't, what we thought it was gonna be. I don't think it'll be drama content from my trip, but I'm hoping for great connections, beautiful footage. I know that's right, Demetria, right? You don't always have to be drama. You know what I mean? But Ness, she advertised it like it was gonna be like the world. And it was a whole finesse. You know it wasn't gonna be. It was a whole narrative spun about something that really didn't turn out to be anything, in my opinion. You know what I mean? No, no, like no. The most drama was what? Lemon and Shakim, and Roe. Honestly, you know what I mean. And then the Lolo had her part. We did the interview about that, but other than that, what? What I mean. So anyway, there's another part of my title of my video that says a new narrative fell. When I said do you have details on your trip? I mean, just you talking about Demetra? The whole country needs to revamp many. I agree with that, Mr. C. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Ronald Reagan dismantled, pretty much dismantled the public health care system when he was in office. And here he is with Alzheimer's. Ended up with Alzheimer's, before he passed away, while he was still a sitting president. And so yeah, no, they didn't do nothing spectacular. And it was low rent and low budget. It was giving me broke. We ain't got no money to really do nothing anyway. It was giving me that kind of tease or whatever, but that's just me, child. But we're gonna have to see what she have to say today because she's supposed to be coming on after all this done been said and done, and she'll come in and stir up more trouble. Some people when it comes to attention, you gotta do what you gotta do. The more attention you got, she feel like, the more money she gonna make, talking back, more content she get to make. And they saying she got a cult and all this. I'm like, do she even know how to former card. Like I don't see it as a card. It's just that a lot of people love a train wreck, right? So she still got the most popular train wreck, right? So now you are there. And now the failed narrative for me is, well, after I've been with my son and my niece or whatever she said, I think I might want to have another baby. Now y'all know good and well that this chick ain't having no other baby, right? She just wants to have something else for somebody to, continue talking about her, right? Because as long as you continue talking about her, hey, she's still gonna, have the most views or whatever. I guess that's what she's thinking. But that's a fail because we know that she don't want to have no other baby. She need to try again. That's a failed narrative. You know what I mean? But like they said, any publicity is good publicity, good or bad. And so I guess that's her train of thought. But girl, you're gonna have to come up with something else. It didn't sound like Brooke's idea anyway. So you want to take on Brooke's idea because everybody went after Brooke for her imaginary baby. So now you want to have an imaginary baby, so people can continue to talk about you. Happy Tuesday, simply me. So that's what I got out of that. You know, she just want to form a new, some more drama. But I'm like, girl, can you come up with something else? You taking up people's ideas. It's a fail. Does she understand the definition of a finesse? Yeah, she know exactly what a finesse is, aka scammer. That's what she do. hmm You know, in my opinion. But hey, like I said, it's content. I'm here for it. So let's just see. Let's see how she play this out. The baby situation. And then people were talking about. I guess some people didn't know. In some states, you can pull up the convenience store on the side and get you a drink. You know what I mean? Long as it's in like a, how you getting a slushy, you got the top on it, then the straw. Long as it's that type of container. In some states, not in Tennessee, but in some states, I guess in Texas, definitely Louisiana. You know what I mean? You can get those, you can pull up and get you a margarita or whatever, right? And so people was going on about that. Some people had never seen it before, but yeah, it happens. And I don't think it's just in the South. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's definitely not down. It's not in Tennessee because, child, they won't even. We can't have casinos. We can't have bingo halls. Or anything else like that down here, honey. This is the truly the Bible Belt in Tennessee, right? So, yeah. But I've traveled and yeah, it's places you can go where you can pull up and get you a drink or whatever, right? But there's always got to be. I would, if that happens, I would, advise the driver not to be drinking. Okay, child. Or get you a drink and wait till you get home. Set it on the side right there and wait till you get home and drink it. Don't be drinking and driving. That ain't cool. We all know that, right? So she put that on the wall. She did a lot of putting on the wall. Because I think she said one time, and I'm talking about this, that her family be watching her channel. Maybe she didn't, she didn't want to go live because she didn't want them to see her going live while she was with them. Maybe they would have had something to say about it. I don't know, right? And so, yeah, that's what I got out of it. But we're gonna see what she got to say today. But that whole I think I want to have a baby, that's lame. It's a failed narrative in my opinion. Right. That don't even sound right to me. I'm like, you're an idiot. Why would you even want to say something like that when you know these people already roasting you when it come to her child in the first place. Why would you want to put that out there? When I used to drink, I ain't trust that. Felt like it was a deed. Right, Demetri, you got to be careful with that, honey. Because you can still get hemmed up. You can still get hemmed up, right? Child. Oh, and Demetrius, I was thanking everybody for hitting my last video, and I forgot. I forgot to say your name, I believe. But thank you so much for hitting the link, Demetrius. Thank you so much. And you look so much better. You pint size. Like me, Demetrius, girl. But you look very nice. And I'm so glad everything is going good for you right now. You know what I mean? I would be embarrassed for my family to see my channel act up. Well, I guess that's why she didn't go live during the trip. First get a job, get a husband, and then have a baby. It's creative, but she don't want to do. She don't want. Definitely don't want to have another baby. You know what I mean? Oh, you talking about the red underwear? I heard that was just she got that off of Google or something like that. And what was it? And Uppity was saying she seen stains and all this. That wasn't even her underwear for real. And I'm glad because them feet and them sandals was not hitting on nothing, child. So that was a meme, but it was still very uncouth for her to even post that. You know what I mean? And but I don't think she would ever actually post, herself is doing that. She said she essing on people, even though she ain't went live yet and all of this and all of that, right? And so we seen that it took a minute for people to realize that it was something that she got off of Google or something like that. And so yeah, there's always a play going on when it comes to the finesser, aka the scammer. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have to find her a better narrative than I'm gonna have a baby because that's not gonna work. You know, but the feet was sitting Kaylee's. Well, yeah, they said it was something that she got off of Google or something like that, right? It wasn't actually her. But I think it may, if Uppity was saying she seen stains and all this and all that, did come to find out that it was a Google photo. I was like, bye bye. Some folks really be doing the most. Okay. I'm like, child, but as far as that baby thing going on, honey, she got to find something new, child. And then she know people to talk about it. Maybe she won't find nothing new because people are already talking about it. But it was just a failed narrative to me. Shoot, I did commentary on, like I said, it's content. It's content. Up need to stop the lie roasting. I agree with that, child. That was her. She showed those sounders and that. Oh, did she really? People saying it was something she got off of Google. Now, if it was her, that is they class A, right? And I'm hoping that that's when they said it was a Google thing. It was for real. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh my God, really? Why would you do that? So I'm gonna go with the Google thing. I'll see what she got to say about it. But too much said that was her. She showed those sounds. I didn't see them. You know what I mean? So, because it was absolutely uncouth right there, and absolutely uncalled for. Oh, she had the same shoes on in Vegas. Oh, so it was her with her toes looking like that. Oh, okay. Oh, shoes was hers. It was her. Oh wow, so she really did that. She showed her actual her. Oh wow. Oh wow. I was hoping that was a Google pic or something like that. Surely nobody would go that low to post something like that. You know what I mean? But if it was her, it was her. I drank in my early 20s after marriage and having my babies. I don't deserve. I know that's right. The body. So yeah, they were saying it. So if it was actually her, then wow, you really are that trashy, right? because that was straight trash to put something like that on there, in my opinion. And that's just what I think about it. But like I said, people love a good train wreck. People love a good trashy show. I can't say a good trash can because the trash is missing the trash can. The trash is missing the dumpster, and it's going right on the ground. Okay, but like I said, it's content, and I'm here for it, right? Because there ain't much else going on right now, especially the organic. In my opinion. So it is what it is. Fashion Nova, Timu. Oh, okay. All right. Y'all please hit the like button. And so I found that fascinating. So we're gonna have to see tonight. I'm wondering if she's gonna talk what she thought about Billie Jean's production. She may speak on it, she might not. What she think about everybody dragging her via this trip, because the reason why it made it seem like it was an epic fail, whether they had fun or not, because she over advertised it. It was just pretty much all her content. Now she's gonna have to come up with something else. You know. So yeah, just speaking from a guy's point of view, I think it's a very stupid thing to do. It was, oh, why if it was her, it was very trashy in my opinion. But we'll see. Time will tell. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then but I heard a little bit of, like I said, I was going through my videos this morning, and why was people trying to get Lemon to apologize to the Bison? Apologize to the Bison for what? You know what I mean? Cause he dragged her. And then she got people going around saying, "Oh, those fat jokes, or they ain't hit no more." Girl, they gonna always hit for as long as you keep coming on camera looking like you looking. Them fat jokes always gonna hit. And then they don't even have to be a joke. It don't have to be a roast or a gag or a drag. When it comes to the Bison, you start talking about her weight, it's her. You talk about her like she really is that big for real. So it don't even have to be a joke, it just have to be the truth. You don't have to be joking, you just speaking the truth. So okay, I didn't get that. But why are they trying to get him to apologize? She was I think she was jealous, honestly, because they went on that trip. I think the Bison was jealous. I think the Bison felt the way. you know. But who, and then when it comes to these sponsors and all of this and all that, I just really felt like they sponsored the most wretched people in the world, because they wanted to get a good wretched show. You know what I mean? And for them to sponsor something like that, whoever they sponsor really have to be feel some kind of way about the sponsor, because that was a jacked up trip. Like I said, over promoted and under delivered. It was nice folks would talk about it. If she was nice, folks would talk. Folks gonna talk about it because it's a sector, child. But it was so low rent, and you supposed to be what she call her, a millionaire sponsor, child. I can't tell. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can't tell, child. Mm-mm. The room looked dark to me and just dim and depressing. You know what I mean? So she actually felt violated. But who is that? Who did that? Stunner, Black. Who felt that way about Lemon? Yeah, enjoy the time. I understand. What is your point? Who y'all talking about? Uh, View. Yeah, the room looked filthy. It looked like it smelled. It looked like it needed to be aired out. And this was just my opinion, right? So, child, I guess it was what it was. Mm-mm. Queen Salty. Who is Queen Salty? I agree, Miss O. I said the same thing about that sponsor. She was off bragging about a party bus. Yeah, a party bus that was shared. I was like, girl, and then she made everybody think that it was gonna be a private party bus. She finessed us into thinking this whole trip was gonna be something that it clearly wasn't. You know, and so it's just it's what I feel about it. You know, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's content. That loud sweet will never be the same. Will never be the same. Yeah. Okay, you click the link if you want to. Thank you. Tell me what you're talking about. I don't want to hear nothing about how other people invited themselves. You're grown and should know how to stop shooting in the tracks. Stop the mess in the tracks. I agree with that. Everybody's grown on here. You know what I mean? Even when I got a good little Kiki when she made herself look bad. Trends and Lolo was smart to sell. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. You know, but we know that when this starts to snapping and start to thinking or start to have it or start to put it Taylor put down her throat, I think that's when she really gonna start dragging everybody, including Lemon, in my opinion. Because she done formed her own narratives and ain't even went live since the trip. So, yeah, class versus trash. I know that's right. That trip they could have stayed home, went to the local downtown. And had the same right. You know what I mean? Say had the same amount of fun, right? You right, Miss 313? Because I'm like, oh Lord, what is going on? So I guess that's why I'm in so many videos. So child, I be just trying to skim through it. You know what I mean? I didn't even realize that what's his name was so whiny. What in the world is it? Hold on, y'all. Hello?
Hey, hey, what's
Hello?
happening? It's Happy Life. What's up?
All right, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. What's your view on this Vegas trip? Cause do you think Lemon and Shakim is sleeping together? Cause Ness is a mess.
I think we'll get Ness's take on it, but in my opinion, they had something going on. And I think Shakim was the top and Lemon was the bottom. That's my take on it.
God damn, and that condom situation, man. That man, I'm glad I'm not with them, man. I'm a Highlander.
Yeah,
I come from
I
the
felt like, I mean, I thought originally we thought that Lemon was supposed to have his own room and then Ness was supposed to have their own room. Come to find out they shared a room and then they had this condom conversation. I don't know if the condom conversation was real or not, but that was just really Ness. I think, inferring that Lemon and Shakim or, whoever, one of the boys or a couple of boys had something going on. And so I think that's why she brought that up. You know what I mean? Because she
yeah.
clearly didn't have no hookup in Vegas, and so I think that was the insinuation that was being made. And then, but they should have been upset about that, unless it was a play, unless they agreed to it. Now, if they agreed to it, clearly they ain't gonna be upset about it.
Yeah, cause I'm really am a fan of the Lady Nikas of the world, like the K Fits of the world. I don't hang around Ness at all. Okay, Ness got a jack up hairline and all types of stuff going on.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rebel. Rebel said my community wall can call Shakim a dirty detox. We call Shakim. Right, Rebel. I really felt like he was a top. Like I really do, you know what I mean? And that's just how I feel about it. So I guess Rebel agree with me, y'all. Cause and then what in the world is King Roman News? King Roman News getting on my nerves, honey. His facial expression in his face was telling more of a story than what was coming out of his mouth, child. I'm like, oh Lord, King Roman, can I hide it?
yeah. There's a
I
lot
get
going
deep.
on when he made those expressions. Like shit, be
Uh,
crazy.
what'd you say?
I said, there's a lot going on when King Roman made them facial expressions. Like a
Right,
lot
yeah,
of
he was telling a lot.
yeah.
Hmm.
Man, I know something zusty's going on when you got Shakim and Roll there, and you. Hey,
Oh, Miss T
I'm
said
straight.
he a D like. Oh, do you stay on Ness's panel? Is that who you talking about, Miss T? This person that's talking right now. Do you stay on
No,
Ness's panel, sir?
I used to, and then I just got tired of her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
got tired of
So,
her,
so
man.
what is your okay of the whole thing since you up here before you click off? What is your analysis of the whole? Is there anything you want to express about what you saw? Were you disappointed? Were you excited? Like, what is your take on the whole situation?
Well, for one, I'm glad I'm no longer a finesser no more since I got tired of that. And I told Ness straight up, I was no, I what my thought was, I wanted to be the favorite of the group, but she didn't paint me as that, so I just left. As far as this whole Vegas thing, it's just
Mhm.
ratchet, jacked up,
Mhm.
and people didn't get what they paid for. So
Oh,
that's about it.
absolutely. I have to agree with that. Hard candy.
Hey,
Hey, I
hey,
agree
I
with you
came
on
up.
that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just came up here to see Happy Life was just on VS, talking to VS about it. He's all over the place. He be
Yeah,
with Bree.
yeah,
He be
yeah.
with Ness. He with Lemon. He just a shit starter, Miss Olivia.
Oh, is this who I'm talking to right now?
Yeah, he's a shit stirrer. He's full of it.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I know.
I
I
don't
know you.
mind him
I know you.
saying,
I know you can handle him. I'm just letting you know he pretend
I'm
like he
not
don't know.
working with this, so what's the problem?
You're
Me
not
and
working
that's
with that.
not
You're not.
beefing.
You're not working with that. You're not. Yeah, you just for the shit. All right, bye.
uh-huh. Well, a happy life. If you want to come on here and talk crap about them, I don't care.
Yeah,
Miss
yeah.
P said he's everywhere flipping, sick of his butt. They sick of you, happy life. What you been doing to the people?
Man, I just been chilling, being
Well, they ain't
myself,
feeling you.
and they make narratives about me, so I can't control that.
I respect that. You can't control it, right? Stunner, how you doing?
I'm good. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Okay, so I wanted to briefly touch on the Queen Sanity situation.
Yeah, can you,
All
So
right,
first
thank
of all,
you.
can you tell me what's going on with that? Because I don't even know anything about it. So can you tell me what's going on?
yeah, so I just recently found out about it because I used to be on Lemon's platform during the night show, and so I would see Queen Sanity. I wasn't too familiar with her, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, from what I seen, she looked like she used to be a supporter of his. Whatever they got going on is what they got going on. But the bottom line is, I guess she was supposed to had said some disparaging things about him on, I think it was K Fit's platform. It was another platform. He said it was three different platforms. And I guess she was giving her commentary on how she felt like he appeared in Vegas and it might not have been favorable. And so apparently she attempted to reach out to him like three or four times on the back end to try to smooth the situation over. He didn't answer her call. I think it was on like Instagram or Discord or something like that. So she came on the show last night, and basically, he took the mod stick from her because he was saying people was trying to ask him why is she still a mod. And he kicked her off the show and booted her from the Discord.
Who
But
Lemon? Are
it
you
was
talking about Lemon?
Lemon did that, yeah. But
Okay, okay, okay.
the salacious part of it, because in my opinion, Lemon killed Vegas. In my opinion, Lemon he ate that up. That's the Vegas champ because it's a
Mm,
train wreck and it's very
yeah.
scandalous and it's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of parts of it that we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
There's some potentially criminal parts of it, so it's very
Wait.
entertaining.
What's potentially criminal in your opinion? What?
I'm gonna swing back to that one because they
Okay,
kind of
okay. Go
smoothed
ahead.
that
Go
over.
ahead.
But as far as Queen Sanity goes, last night she screamed at him and said, "I'm not gonna let you use me as a effing beard," because
Oh,
apparently
oh.
this is what I'm saying. Because
Damn.
the, she said this on the live. She said, "I'm not going to lose you as a beard. You're not going to use me as a beard because you
Mm-hmm.
like boys." Then she said, "You
Oh.
thought you was going to use me as a beard." Nah, 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 nah. Meaning she really went there because
Ooh.
I'm not saying that, but I've seen people say that in the chat. Like, a lot of
Wow.
these girls are being used as chess pieces to cover up the friendship between somebody and somebody else. And I'm not going to get into that. I'm a gay
Mm.
male. I don't like to expose DL males, and I feel like with the stuff that Lemon could be going through, I'm not saying he DL, they could commit suicide. So it's a lot going on. But anyway,
Mm.
the violation came where she felt like he was using her as a beard, her words, not mine, and she
Mm.
said that. And so he kicked off the Discord and kicked off the show. But she attempted to reach out to him and smooth over the situation, like maybe to apologize and stuff like that. So that's why people in the chat was kind of like, you should apologize to her because what it seemed like happened is she gave her opinion, like maybe you look like the type of guy that I wouldn't date, like maybe a LGBT community member. And then what happened on the flip side of that is it seemed like she got attacked, her weight got attacked, she got
Mm.
violated by acting like there's a chance that they could be together sexually. all to
Oh,
cover up a story
What?
between her and somebody else. She responded to it, then she got kicked off the Discord and kicked out the chat. So that's why people were saying apologize, because it was very salacious, it was very
mm.
scandalous, and it was very entertaining. So I did
Oh
want to drop
wow.
that on you this morning. Yeah.
I
How
didn't
you
even see
found
that.
all this out, sir?
I
By
didn't see.
by
Wait
by.
a minute. Hold up. You
Well,
got the
I'm a,
tea.
well,
First,
hold
let
on,
me
rebel,
say
hold on,
thank you for
rebel. Let
bringing
me.
the tea.
No
Uh,
problem. I'm stunning black vibes. And Miss Olivia, you and I talked years ago during like a situation with what's the guy, carpet on my walls, Larry Nelson. So how I find out is I shut up. I don't mix and mingle with strangers that I don't know or go on trips with them. I sit in the bushes, sit back and watch and put two and two together. I'm just a black gay man with common sense. And I actually support Lemon. I rock with Lemon. I'm a little disappointed in some of the dancing and in some of the deflecting that I seen. But I feel like he don't owe nobody no explanation. And if in
you
fact he
don't.
went on a trip to spend time with Kim, I feel like that's lit for both of them, in my opinion,
Mm,
and nobody's business. Now, when you're lying and you're making the audience feel like they can't trust you or you don't care about them, that's a different issue. But I don't have an issue with nothing that they did in Vegas, because that's two
yeah.
grown people,
I mean, they
and that's what they
grown.
got going on. Yep,
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Um, but you know, when you put it on YouTube, people gonna talk about it and
no
people gonna
doubt,
speculate. That's kind of what we do. You know what I
for
mean? If
sure,
they didn't want to talk about, they shouldn't have. You know, there should have been no footage of it. You know what I mean?
for
And
sure,
but
for sure.
somebody's gonna come back and say something about it anyway. But I agree that I felt like they went on that. You know, because here's my thing. I felt like specifically that trip right there. Shaquem made it
Hmm.
his business to be on that trip, and I think that he made it business to be on that trip because he wanted to get with Lemon, because the way him and Lemon go was going back and forth prior to Vegas, it was like foreplay to me. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But if the man say he ain't gay, then okay. But his actions was speaking louder than his words, in my
I
opinion.
thought he
So
wanted honest road.
that's why you got so many people speculating, you know, about what was actually going on. Because like I
Hmm.
said, it was salacious. I agree with you, you know. And as far as the Queen Sanity thing, of course I didn't see that because it's probably late at night. But thank you so much for bringing me the tea, honey. I had no idea.
Yeah, no, that was painful to watch. And let me just say, like, when it comes to DL, man, because a lot of times in the sector, y'all get all of y'all information from Jay Wilson and James Caldwell, and I actually support Jay Wilson. I dropped down to his link, and I like James Caldwell, but gay people are not a monolith, right? And so they
Right,
don't all come in one shape and size. So you think because
right,
you look at Lemon and you see a gay male that that's what you're supposed to call him, even
right.
if he was a gay male and he's in denial about that and he views himself as a straight male, he
Uh-huh.
believes he's a straight male even with a boyfriend. So for y'all
Right.
to push gay male on him and he's saying he's straight, that's a violation. So of course he's going to be violating people, because that's a lot to carry.
You
People
know what? I
unalive
agree.
themselves for that.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Mhm.
I absolutely agree. I think that because Lemon, and this thing with him and Shaquem, it ain't been the first time that people have insinuated that he's had a relationship with a male. I say that because they used to insinuate that about him
Sure
and
can.
what's his name, Sir King.
Hmm.
They used to insinuate about them. So it ain't the first time. I think
Yeah.
he used to it now, but I absolutely agree with you. He have a right to identify in a way that he want to identify. But if you put it on YouTube, people are going to talk about it, and people are going to
Hmm.
speculate. If you don't want nobody speculating about it, then you don't make it public. Do you see what I'm saying? So, it's still, in my opinion, uh, I mean, you can't stop people from speculating. You can't stop people from commenting. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
No,
And everybody
that
has a right to their own opinion. But I agree. If he say he's a straight male, then okay, whether you have a boyfriend or not, And so I agree with that. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't
because
think
I mean
Lemon
it's
is the
it's
type
like
of person.
mhm.
Uh,
People force their own opinions and narratives on people. Again, I ain't caping, and I may feel like I have my own interpretation of what I see. But just because you feel
right.
like that, don't mean you got to get on YouTube and say it every time. If I look at a black chair and the chair
Uh,
tell me I'm a white chair, I know I see a black chair. You got me fucked up in the game if you're gonna tell me I see a white one. But if you
right.
want me to call you a white chair because that's where you at in your story, then I'm gonna call you a white chair and keep it moving, because that ain't gonna take nothing away from me, and it also ain't gonna take nothing away from the fact that I see you a black chair. You get it?
Uh, Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So I'm just so that, but
Somebody
that's
in the
just for
chat
me.
said, what do you think about the Ness and Lemon narrative? Why the fake marriage with Neff? And I think they're asking that because, it was also said along with the Lemon thing on the side, Lemon got on ODS panel when I was over there. He was speaking very provocatively about what, could happen between him and Ness and all of this and all that. And then when they actually get to Vegas, you really don't see nothing happening with him and Ness, but you can speculate a lot about what happened, between him and Shaquem. Do you see what I'm
Mm.
saying? And do you think that was him spinning a narrative, or it was just him being him?
So, Miss Olivia, you're smart and you're a professional, and we're grown. So, I'm gonna say this in a very strategic way, so
Mhm.
that I don't have to attack Lemon because I feel like he's
Yeah,
getting
I'm not
attacked
trying to
enough
take him either.
already.
Just I'm not. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna publicly say this, like even though like I threw some shots at him in the chat, because I don't, the content creator, the beef said this is funny to me. Like
Yeah.
most of the content creators are ridiculous, you know this. But what
Mhm.
I say is this: if a person was clever and they were going to frame a trip to see if a person they were interested in felt the same way in person as they do online,
Mhm.
you could easily utilize a female as a stand-in piece, like
Mhm.
the scandalous portion, because most people, and I'm not going to, so a lot of
So you
people in the
trying to say
chat.
he may have been using that narrative as a beard, sort of like,
So I'm not saying that. I'm just giving scenarios that could happen. So with the
right?
wedding in general, like
Yeah.
Ness and Lemon was supposed to get married, right?
Mhm.
In the
Mhm.
chat, people that's over there with us, because Lemon's audience is an audience that I could rock with, because he got like straight males over there. He got more three sector females over there. It's a little
Right.
ratchet. It's a little
Hey
turn. That's why.
Creole, let me excuse me for a minute, sir. I'm sorry. Hey Creole, I just want to speak to her. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna land the plane because I'm being a little long. So what I'm saying is,
Oh no, no,
if
I appreciate your commentary. Just let me say that in advance. Thank you.
uh,
Continue.
no, I appreciate you. So so with the wedding, um, there was a situation where Lemon had bought like an outfit, a suit, shoes for the wedding. Shakim was supposed to dress up as Tiny Elvis. Ness was
Mm,
going to do her thing. But it was like a big production that mainly was pushed by Lemon. Like people in the chat really didn't care about the wedding for real. And
mm,
so the portions of the wedding where some of the guys, because I never said none of this, but some of the guys in the chat were like, why y'all getting matching tattoos? Because the Lemon called Shakim Tiny Elvis, and so on
mm,
his platform, he had asked Shakim to get a tattoo that said Tiny Elvis while they was in Vegas, and Lemon was going to get a tattoo that said Sin City, and so
mm,
people in the chat was like, why are they trying to get like matching tattoos? Because you're supposed to be marrying Ness. Like that was kind
mm,
of weird. And then when they weren't sure whether Shakim was going to come to Vegas or not, then that's when Lemon had called the wedding off. But Lemon told the people on his show, like, I called the wedding off. It wasn't me. I called it off. And so people were saying, like, he called the wedding off because he wasn't sure whether Shakim was going to be in Vegas or not. So it really was never about, like, Ness. It was like she was a stand in bride, but it really
mm,
was kind of like, a different type of wedding between the two of them. And that's what people think, that it
mm,
was a clever play like that. And so, based off of the history in the chat, I wouldn't say anything is possible. I'm not saying that, but that's what happened. That's what people saying. They looked at it like she was a stand-in bride, but there was an opportunity for them to connect. As
mm,
whatever they.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah, and that is a very good point. You're right about that. It's me, Jazzy. That is a very good point. I didn't think about that either, but Uh, I mean, really, the whole scenario sounds like it may have been like a bird type of narrative spinning. Because in my opinion, Shakim and Lemon really did want to meet in person. I think that they had a vibe going on.
Mhm.
And but let me ask you this: what do you think about Honest Rowe? Because Honest Rowe clearly is gay. We know that he don't say that he not gay. You know what I mean? But do you
Mhm.
think that Honest Rowe was done right in the situation,
Done right by who?
or done right by with this whole the whole I mean, I felt like what is his name, Honest Rowe. He went to California to meet Lemon. Lemon didn't show up. He went to, what was it? They went for the concert, Raheem concert or something
Mhm.
like that. and
Mm,
Shaquem
Shak-
didn't show up, but he did show up in Vegas. So when he finally showed up in Vegas, do you think that Honest Roll, not Shaquem, but do you think that Honest Roll thought that they were finally going to get together, or do you think that he knew that there was not a chance?
Um, I, I really don't. I can't really speak for Honest Roll, and he's
Yeah.
new, so I don't really watch Honest Roll. I have paid attention to him doing Vegas, but I really don't want to speak for how he was thinking. Do I think
Um.
that he was done wrong on the trip? Nah. And I think
Mm,
the situation that Honest Roll and the other guy, Shakim, had, I think it was supposed to be transactional. I mean, I'm thinking like as a man, as men, probably in the back of
mm,
his mind, he like, if we cool in Vegas and we happen to link up in Vegas, what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. He could have
uh-huh.
been thinking that. I think that's a very reasonable and rational idea because they did have a well, Honest Roll was interested in him. You know what I mean? Let me just
Uh-huh.
say that. I don't know
Yeah.
whether he was interested in Honest Roll. I think
Yeah.
the other one is hustling. Point blank. Period. Bottom line.
Oh yeah, I
And
think that was a hustle. But
Honest
Honest
Roll.
Roll, I
But it
can't
was
say
fair
as far as for
exchange, no
Honest Roll
robbery
because
though.
Honest Roll is grown.
It was fair exchange, no robbery. Honest Roll locked in and
Yeah.
seen what he wanted and started
Yeah.
flying to get it. Honest Roll is aggressive. Honest Roll is
Yes.
not as meek and passive and whatever as he appears to be. Honest
No, it's
Roll
not.
actually, I feel like I fuck with Lemon because Lemon is smarter. Because if Honest Roll likes somebody that I like, and I get to sit and watch you the whole time you in Vegas
Mm,
and play like I'm your friend,
mm,
then you know that he allegedly went through Shakim's computer. I don't know this, but this is
mm.
what they allegedly saying, and that was a big scandal. So
Yeah.
everybody that think Lemon is dumb, he not dumb because he got a chance
Mm,
to watch Honest Roll, even if he felt like he was going to make a move,
mm,
befriend you, find out what's going on in old boy computer, and then send you back off on a flight. To me,
mm,
he murked that. That's my style. That's how I get in. So
mm.
when the beef
And who
set the
is this
dude,
talking? I'm sorry. Who?
mhm.
What's your name?
Who is this?
This
This
is
is Creole
Creole. We
baby.
all yeah. We all been trying to see what's
Oh,
your name.
I'm Stunner Black Vibes. I'm Stunner. So to give you a brief synopsis of me, we came through Wiley in the call-in shows where I made my name was on the Code Tyler's Car Chronicles, and then like I was one of Tracy's pieces for a long time. I stopped dropping down in chats in 2021 because the content creators kept breaking up and making friends, and I just didn't want to defend them no more because to me they was too
Mm,
fickle. And then I came back, dropped down in James Caldwell's chat a couple times. I saw
mm,
Lemon, and I decided to support Lemon, and it was just as simple
mm.
as that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You've been around for a while. You done seen a lot. Cause I came in. Me and Nicole Tyler came from the entertainment sector.
Hmm. Yeah, I was like
And
the
so yeah. But
scandal. Mhm.
huh?
No, go ahead, finish.
Oh, I'm just going to say, me and a lot of people appreciate that you hit the link because you did give us a male perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from a gay male perspective. On the whole situation when it comes to Roe, and Lemon and Shakim. But
Hmm.
as far as Honest Roe, I don't think he did innocent either. I think it was like you said, fair exchange, no robbery situation.
Definitely.
But Honest Roe might have got the short end of the stick because he was real aggressive about what he wanted, but because he wanted that, it don't mean Shaquem was going to give it to him. You know what I mean? So he really played it. If it was a play, he played itself because he was delusional, and that's why I say he played himself. And and I think that he seen that for himself when he went to Vegas. So now he's back from Vegas and back online, and he's salty about it. Because he done talked crazy a couple of times. Letting out his anger since he's been back. But in my opinion, he don't have nobody to be mad at but himself for allowing
Mm.
himself to be played because he's a grown man. They say 40 something years old. I don't think that he got no mental defect at all, especially when he know why he was putting out money. You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
And you know
Yeah.
what, Miss Olivia? You know what? If I can just jump in here, then I'll drop down and let y'all have it.
Oh no,
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, Mother tried to intervene with him at the beginning and show him what Shakim was trying to do, and he just
Hmm.
wouldn't accept it. Everybody has tried to tell him that that ain't what he thought it was, and he
Mm-hmm.
just wouldn't accept it. And I told after that first time I saw them break it down to him, I stopped feeling sorry for him. I'm like, he wants to be a victim. So if you want to
Mm-hmm.
be one, you're gonna be one. Another thing I wanted to say is the difference between old school beef sector and 2.0, to me, this is my opinion, is
Mm.
that old school beef sector was creative in their dragging. You know, they
Hmm.
drug on
It
what
was
was,
organic. Yeah,
yeah, it was
absolutely.
organic. Yeah, in the new school, they what's it, they lie drag.
Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Lyros.
lie drag. Yeah, lie roast. They
Mm-hmm.
create stuff and try to go at you with it. You know what I'm saying? Which
Mm-hmm.
doesn't hit like that old school, you know, and
Hmm.
that's why I support I support the OGs. I really do. I still
Mm-hmm.
support the OGs. I'm
Me
not
too.
too much with the new stuff because I can't get with it because one minute you don't like each other, or by noonday y'all done made up, and then by
Right.
6 night y'all back not liking each other. It's like it's schizophrenic. I can't do
Mm-hmm.
that. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So
I
yeah.
agree.
Go ahead. I was just asking who he was because everybody in the chat missed his name, and we kept
Mm-hmm.
typing. Who is that talking? Who is that talking? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the only reason why I asked.
Oh, so I'm,
Well, I
I'm stunner
appreciate you
black,
coming up, Stunner
stunner
Black.
black vibes, and it's stunner in the chat. But I've been stunner for the longest, and I agree with you. But I think the old school beef sector used to fall out and be back friends every day, just like the new school. The point that
I
I
ain't never
do
seen it
agree
like
with,
that. I've
I,
never
I
seen it like that.
I thought they were. I thought that they always have been very fickle. It's just the nature of the beast. And that's one of the reasons why I stepped away, because when you would join these platforms and you would rally for the content creator would make up with the enemy the next
Mm-hmm.
day. Like case in point with Nicole
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, because see Ness actually was on the Car Chronicles with all of us. It was like Wolverine and Ness and
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nicole
cause
I
she
Tyler,
remember
was
but me.
that.
she was Craig back then, right? Wasn't
She
she
was
Craig?
Craig back then.
He was
She was
Craig.
Craig back
Yep.
then. So when I
Mm-hmm.
came back to the sector and I see Miss Pizarro, who was yelling loud in Tracy's chat, saying that she's a queen, and then I see Ness saying that she's the queen. It's hilarious to me because I missed portions of that. I don't know
Yeah.
them as queens of the B sector. I know one is
Right.
a troll and one is an entertainer, and I'm here for
Right.
both of them. But I
Mm-hmm.
just don't. I know maybe what Miss Olivia knows and sees them as she sees them
Mm-hmm.
more
And see,
than
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
more than who the people currently see them as. But go ahead, go ahead. We can dialogue. What was your point?
My thing was okay when I guess when I consider old school, of course Nicole Tyler. I'm talking as
Mm,
far as content creators. Nicole Tyler, Miss O, Lady Nika. I'm naming the women now. S Hutchison.
yeah,
Of course VS would be in there too because she had the what's that group? It was her group. I would also name
TSCC.
Fat Babe, yeah, and then Sean Bradley, Mother, Jay Wilson, and it's one more that I missed. But anyway, them are the ones I consider like old school. Everything else to me has spun off of old school. So I really wouldn't call them old school. Like
It's a
everybody
lot
has
more.
came.
It's a lot.
I
It's a
treat
lot. It's a lot more.
I'm
It's a lot more old school beat sector content creators that
yeah,
made a
I
name.
know,
You would have to sit here
I
for a
know.
while,
Because I've
because
been here
I
for a
mean
while. My name just changed.
you got people like what's that lady that used to have all them dolls in that room from New Jersey? She had a
Oh
deep
yeah.
voice. I can't
Boss
Uh
think
Lady
of it
New
uh
right now.
Jersey.
Boss Lady
yeah.
New
Boss
Jersey.
Lady.
You got
Yeah.
you got a lot of there's a lot. Like they are that core group, but there's different times. So there's the Blab time, which I wasn't here for. There's the James Caldwell Vegas Gate time, which I wasn't here for. I came into the beef sector. So the beef sector is T.S. Madison and
Yep.
Kaya.
Yes,
When
Madison Kaya.
Kaya left,
Mhm.
they had the Queen Supreme Court, and I'm gonna explain it one time real quick. They had the Queen Supreme Court. When they split, people in the beef sector split. You had TSCC, which is like
Yeah.
small claims court, which is a
Yep.
play off of the Queen Supreme Court. You had two different people from two different perspectives. Most of the LGBT community, the liberal, educated black women, the mothers, the ones that came from the hood, they was on the T.S. Madison side. Then you had a lot of the ones that was kind of, side eyeing the LGBT community and just here for mess. They was on the Kaya side. And so it was like Michelle, ATL, and Brown, this guy named Josh, Jay Wilson was in the mix. Like, and then when Sean Bradley and VS, that was the initial, in my opinion,
Alexander
like
Rock.
no, no. Sean Bradley and VS, that was the initial beef sector beef. That's why people call them the Queen and the King. Because when the drop down happened, which is like the live feature on YouTube, and people started actually banging in the chat, That's when like the beef sector came to life to me. Other people got their own opinion of it, but that's what I remember because that's when, people camps started forming. TSCC, Club Chat, Miss Olivia. You know what? I remember. This is funny because it's a full circle moment.
Uh,
I remember I was in your bushes when you came up with the porch watchers. Remember this? When you
yeah,
came up
yeah,
with, when you came up with the name, and everybody was in there, and it was Cloud and these people and this and that, and they was in the bushes, and you had the porch watchers. So at that time, there was all different camps with all different names. The beef sector was
yep.
forming at that time. So when people say Miss Olivia is not beef sector, I had said in James Caldwell's chat, now Miss Olivia, I don't want to force beef sector on you. I
Mm.
don't want to put no jacket on you that you don't want to wear. But you actually are one of the icons of the beef sector. So I don't know what the fuck they be talking about. And I'm gonna just
I
leave
don't
it there.
either, child. I don't either. I don't worry about that. But like I said, I don't gang bang. And if they say I ain't be sector, that's fine. I'm
You're
still
one of
doing
the icons of
content.
the
You know
beef
what I mean?
sector. You're one of the
Yeah.
icons of the beef sector.
Well, thank you.
You give a therapeutic, non-biased view that's really driven by black excellence and a decent perspective. For the most part, I got a lot of respect for you from the bushes. I don't need a lot of them
Thank you.
content. I respect you. I don't
Thank you.
respect a lot of 2.0, but I do
Yeah, me
accept them. I
either.
support them, and they are first of all Lemon and Ness. If I'm old school beef sector, I don't know what you call Lemon and Ness because they was right there with us.
Hmm. Mm-mm. You make a good point. You're right about that. And I think
They don't
because there's
consider
so many
themselves old
people.
school.
Yeah, they don't.
Uh,
But I think because there's so many new people, Creole and
Right,
Stunner, I think that they get confused. Like when they coming from their viewpoint and they don't
mm,
know anything about the history. See, when
I
I
know.
came to the B sector, me and Nicole, I took the time, and Nicole did too. We used to take the time to, become familiar with the content creators that were here before
right,
us. Do you
right,
so before you just jump in and pick a side? Because if you just
Mhm.
jump in and pick a side, like Stunner said, content creators they argue and you take their side, and then the next day the content creators, is back friends again. So where does that leave you as a
right.
subscriber? You know what I mean? You've been
You're gonna take on their beef. You're gonna be a
right.
moving target. You're going to defend them in the end. They're not gonna appreciate it, and then they're gonna be right back friends with the content creator that they fell out with 2 weeks
Yep.
later. And that's the type of abuse that these subbies love. So I'm gonna say that mental illness, Stockholm syndrome, and
Mm,
denial is what I would
mm.
describe beef sector 2.0
Yeah,
as.
I
And
agree.
um, horrible train wrecks that are very
Yes.
entertaining to watch.
You
And
know,
Yeah.
I give them their life. I give them their tens. I think Lemon and Ness is working it. It's scandalous, but I'm
Yep.
here for it.
you
And
Yeah.
know.
that's
I
how I
I'm
said
here
feel.
for
that,
the, I'm here for the content.
Miss
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Olivia, I said it on my, I did a live about that on my chat. I talked about
Mm.
mental illness and Stockholm syndrome and also codependency. I said a lot of people need to, look and see. I said, because a lot of these subbies have codependence issues. And that's why they continue to, they know what they watching ain't good for them, but that reminds them somehow of their life. So they support what you're familiar with. A lot of people
Yeah,
support what they're familiar with. And I
I
think
can
that's,
agree with that.
hey, food junkie boo.
Hey, food junkie. Yeah, I can agree with that, especially when a perfect example of that, for my opinion, Creole and Stunner, is when you get somebody like a Pizarro, right? Now we know that
Hmm.
she has never shown her face. We know that she is a parasite because before she started her channel, she jumped off the backs of Tracy and Bison and she's just a fan to me, in my opinion, when it comes to somebody like um uh Pizza.
Bizarre.
She is
Hmm.
fairly new, but she is nothing more than a fan. She like a super fan, right? She a super fan, and she's inserted herself. But she is not original to me because she got a jump start off the backs of other people. So and then when you get so many people helping her out and supporting her and all of this and all of that, we know she running game with the crab legs and all this and all that, but because they're familiar, because they feel like they can connect to her, because she a train wreck too. You see what I'm saying? And so they can connect to somebody like her. And when it comes to Ness, I feel like it's the same way because we know everybody loves a good train wreck. Okay, I feel like Ness got a jump start, from Bizarro and them lives and all this and all that. She just become a bigger train wreck than Pizarro. You know what I mean? And so now everybody's watching her, and because she liked that, she creating these scenarios off the backs of other people's ideas. Like take the Brooke situation. She done said, "Well, after being with my people, I think I want to have another baby." Now we know that's simply her, trying to form another lie, troll another lie to get out there so people can keep talking about it. And that what makes that the beef sector used to be organic. It used to be organic beefs. And we
You're right.
all know that. And to this day, people still feel a way about those organic beefs. But
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, you get this lie roasting, and I really ain't mad at you. I'm just trying to, hit a lick. I'm just trying to finesse, some clicks and views and support, out of you. So, but us older people, older content creators, we see that as nothing but being fake. So
Mm, it
how
is.
can you take them? So I don't take them seriously. That's why I said I don't beef no more. I just do my commentary, and the reason why I just do my commentary is exactly what you and Stunner is talking about because it's not organic anymore. It's not a beef sector material to me. And when it comes to us older people, older watchers that have been watching for a while, it's really just you can't put no stock in it. You know what I mean? Like
That's
say
it.
when let me give you an example when VS and Sean Bradley got into it, we know those still waters run deep, right?
Yes, they do.
They went after each other hard, right? But it was
Mhm.
organic. You know what I
It
mean? And
was
I don't think that we will ever see anything like that again because it got so deep to where I honestly thought somebody was really wanting to hurt somebody like offline. You know what I mean? That's how
for
deep
sure.
it got for me. But you don't find anything organic like that these days, in my opinion. What do y'all think about that?
I think there's organic beefs brewing, and they
Mm,
call it la roasting. I call it capping.
yeah.
There's gonna be situations with black women and same gender loving males, gay males, where when they get to fighting, if the black women feel violated in a certain way, they're gonna band together, they're gonna
Mm,
take a side, and another organic beef like that can definitely brew up. Like if
mm-hmm.
women felt some type of way about the Queen Sanity treatment, like don't be sitting
Well,
over
wait
here
a minute,
using
Stunner.
us.
Let me ask you this. Demetrius said, ask Stunner what avatar pick Insanity used last night. I'm trying to see something. You know what
Excuse me. Oh, I don't know.
avatar?
I
Okay.
don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Demetra, she's a mess. She's a mess.
Mhm.
Kathy said Ness wants to be 2.0 because she knows everyone remembers her past. The people only know the new. Well, a lot of people only know the new Ness. You're right about that, and so she
Mhm.
can't spin a narrative like that because they don't know the history. They didn't go back and try to find out what was really going on. They don't understand why people are saying the things that they're saying about her because they're new and they're her new supporters, but they don't know the history. So the beef sector, that's for any sector, black sector, original black sector. It's evolved, right? It used to be, for example, the manosphere pretty much had a foothold on everything being talked about over there, right? But
Mhm.
since the FBI came down on them, now it's really they're non-existent anymore because they scared, right? And then they try to cover up what used to go on. And that's the same thing, kind of like what's going on over here with some content creators. When you talk about Ness, I don't think she wants that stigma on her, but she the one came out here telling her business. That's why you have to be careful about what you say online. If you don't want people to talk about it and comment on it, then don't bring it online. Cause some
Mhm.
people ain't never gonna forget it, and whether they new people or not, the old people still gonna talk about it.
That's
For
true.
sure. When you
That
put
is true.
something out there for public consumption, it just is what it is. And
Yeah,
information collectors have a duty to talk and give their
yeah.
commentary. And if the skin is not thick enough for you to take bullets in all angles, you can't attack people or get upset with people when they comment about something that you put out there to the public to comment on. So,
Hmm.
that they're just like whining babies. I don't even normally I just like will insult them in the chat and keep it moving when they do that type of stuff because obviously you don't vibrate on the frequency. You don't even make sense. That don't make sense.
Mhm.
A lot of the content creators don't have common sense. Believe that.
Mm-mm. I agree. A lot of the
I'm sorry.
subscribers don't either. I've never seen.
No,
I be
they sure
hoping,
don't.
Stunner, I be hoping it's a play that these people are really not that gullible. Because if some of these people really are that gullible in real life, how can they survive in the world? That's
They
that's
don't.
incredible to
Their
me.
world,
They on
listen to
YouTube
me,
all the time.
their world is this computer. Their
It's
world
YouTube.
is
Yep.
social media. Yeah, and that's what I said. A lot, you'd be surprised. They probably sit in their room or wherever they have their computer, and this is their life because they don't have one outside of this. A
That's
lady
Yeah.
asked
true.
me the other day, she said, you couldn't have been following Ness too long because Ness told how old she was. I said, I remember Ness when she first came on as Craig. I said, so yeah, I've
Mm,
been following her. I said, however, I have a life outside of YouTube, so I'm not going to
Yeah,
see
hmm
man.
every life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I be missing stuff. You know what I mean? Like Stunner said, he'll leave and
Hey,
come back. Y'all know
Brian,
I'll leave
boo.
it. I'll leave and come back, on something on
I
it.
missed
He'll
the whole 4 years, and the only reason why I came back is because I want to sit on panels like yours. I don't want to take it over. I don't even want to talk as much as I did today, but I just
Oh
want to
no, no,
provide.
no, I
I
appreciate
want to
you.
provide perspective here and there because I've been
Yeah,
around. That's the only reason why I clicked the link. I'm very intentional about what I'm doing because otherwise
yeah,
I'd be in the chat watching. Like these motherfuckers have lost their mind. I cannot believe
lost
you
his
lying about
mind.
this. I'm sitting here looking at this like, did y'all pay attention to what went on in the chat? And then it'd be
Man,
people typing wrong shit coming from the
that
Mo 3 sector. You don't know nothing about
nothing.
nobody. Now you
Mm-mm.
standing on business and you believe it and you done linked up. You fighting for somebody that we know back in the day is a whole bum. So it's like
Mhm.
when I
Okay.
be seeing, I'll be like, come on, man, y'all crazy. Ain't nobody
And can I
taking no
jump in
shit.
here real quick? Let me
Please
say
do.
this. Don't get me wrong. I support my sisters, but I'm for right. And if one of my sisters is wrong, I can't stand with you just because you got a wound like I do. I ain't never
That's
gonna
right.
jump in that because just because
That's
we
right.
are women and we need to stand. Not if you wrong. No, I don't stand with no
Right.
man if he's wrong. I'm for the right
Right.
all the time. I wouldn't want nobody standing with me if I was wrong. So,
Yeah.
a lot of people got this thing. We are women and we got to stand against these men. I don't care if they gay or not. No, some of y'all wrong as three left shoes. Let's
Yeah.
keep it real. And I think a lot of people don't like when you make a stand like that because they feel
Right.
like, you a betrayal. She ain't for no, I'm for right. And if
Yeah,
that makes
and then
you feel
they call somebody like me a flip flopper because I feel like that too, Creole. I'm not standing with you just cause you. We
come
can,
on.
my commentary might be for you one day, but if the next day I see you doing something wretched, I'm gonna comment about that too. So that
And
means I'm not flip flopping. I'm just not standing behind you. I'm just not a fan. I'm not gonna uphold, nobody in their wrong. What I feel is wrong, wrong or right. If I want to talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't care what subscriber is your fave. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just
So I'm
how I
gonna
feel
say,
the same way.
this, right? I love black women, right? I came from one. And so, if I wasn't same gender loving, I would be married to a black woman, still look at them, and I could still see the beauty in them day to day as I'm moving around. But what I'm saying is, there was a group of black women. If we're going to talk about women's empowerment, since we're here, right?
Mm,
let's go.
The reason why I stayed is because I was shocked at how uh, empty morally that some black women were. Because I came from like black women that came from the South.
mm. Yes.
So it was black church, it was this, it was
Can I
that.
just say this? Let me stop you right there, Stunner, and let me just
Yeah,
interrupt.
yeah.
Baby, you are
Hmm.
telling the truth. I have gotten a whole education since I have been on YouTube. Do you hear me? It's
Oh
some
yeah.
stuff that I see in the way some women move, and I'm just keeping a buck. It is very shocking to me because
Okay.
that
Right.
is not my world. I
Hmm.
cannot understand. I do not. It takes me a minute to even be able to do content on it and not say everything. I say what I want to say, but let me tell you something. It could be a lot worse, because I be in awe with some of the stuff and I know that all of this stuff that's coming out of the way sometimes like I said, your actions speak louder than words, and
Hmm.
some of the stuff that you can get out of some of these people, some of these content creators is beyond me. Especially the women that are my age and they content creators or even subscribers to know that this is your mentality. and you have gotten older and you have not gotten wiser.
Come
You are the
on.
same old wretched young person, an old
Hmm.
person as you was when you was the same wretched young person. You have not grown. Okay, you do not seem to have no wisdom. It's beyond me. So I have to agree with that Stunner and Creole because it's amazing to me. I'm thinking, are they just acting like it's for online? Surely this is not the real world because their moral compass is corrupted. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Blackberry, and it's just amazing to me. And then you got these older women that supposed to have sense following these younger women. You know what I mean? We all grown, but I'd be damned if I let somebody younger than me become a leader over me.
That's crazy. And then the crazy part about it is, and again, I ain't bashing nobody. I don't want to get in their business. But some things is painful to watch. I'll leave the names out. With some
Mm-hmm.
older women, it's like, man, like you got grandkids, and for
Mm-hmm.
lack of a better phrase, your blank blank blanks ain't dropped yet. How you got somebody old enough to be your granddaughter? Number
Mm-hmm.
one, manipulating you out of money, violating you, disrespecting you, and dictating the pace. I will tell a young guy really quickly, go on about your entire business, sir, because I'm grown. I've been
Mm-hmm.
around here for a little minute. So when I
Mm-hmm.
see like some of them, but see, I don't even knock it because see, you got to understand a lot of them is lonely, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't got nothing else to
Mm-hmm.
lean back on but YouTube. And so they want to come
Mm-hmm.
up with a life, right? I'm bored. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't got no life. So you can see they call them, Miss Olivia used to call them pick me's back in the day. Let me
Mm-hmm.
say a lot of the language that you hear people use, Miss Olivia, and I'm not trying to like to clout chase off of you. I don't even do that. But what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying
Yeah.
is I remember you saying pick me's and mammies and flying monkeys, and they
Mm-hmm.
doing the same
Mm-hmm.
flying today. They doing
Mm-hmm.
the black women are doing the same mammy in the day because they'll sit
Yeah.
over there in certain guys' chats and they'll tell you they won't they you could let me tell you something. Some of the violations that happen, as opposed to calling out hypocrisy, they did the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. This is not black women. This is black women and black men. This is people. They
Mm-hmm.
ran over and attached themselves to it as opposed to addressing the issue. So they
Mm-hmm.
do the same thing today. I do want to address Miss Creole your point about the women empowerment. I want to touch on it real quick
Okay.
because when women empowerment play happened, like Miss Olivia was saying, I was shocked because it was like a social experiment
Mm-hmm.
because I had only knew black women and gay men from the outside looking in because I hadn't had like the gay female besties. I was kind of more a different kind of gay guy. So I thought that they were tighter than what they actually were. Women's
Mm-hmm.
empowerment showed me that it's every man for himself, like I thought. Because
Mm-hmm.
when VS clout chased Sean Bradley, because she was clout chasing Sean Bradley because he had the
Mm-hmm.
20,000. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
was.
Mm-hmm.
It was a homophobic clout chase coming
Mm-hmm.
from a person that people consider to be a lesbian. So
Mm-hmm.
right off the top of the dome, it was scandalous, and it was black women jumping out of a bag. Y'all maggots this and maggots that, and I'm watching it in the chat, and they going with the narrative, knowing that she's attacking Sean Bradley, attaching something to his name, Mr. Levy. You know what I'm talking about? Attaching that
Mm-hmm.
to his name, which is not true. And then he's
Mm-hmm.
working in a business where he's dealing with kids. So now you
Mm-hmm.
messing up his personal life. It was very scandalous from the door.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a situation where it was like there was a lot of women that were like, all right, well, this group got the numbers. So I'm finna say anything that they saying because
Mm-hmm.
they got the numbers and the clout right now, even if that
Mm-hmm.
means bashing the LGBT community. So that's why I used to get in the chat like, wait a minute, um, we ain't no monolith, and don't sit up here and say that you telling our story. And I
Mm-hmm.
also can be ignorant too. Like I argue and stuff like that over at Lemon, and I get
Mm-hmm.
down. I'm old school beef sector. You click the link and argue with me, I'm finna read you for filth. I ain't running. I ain't gonna run the dox you and do all that weak ass shit. We're gonna bang right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna leave it at that. We just were
Mm-hmm.
made like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They
all
Bang
the
the
supposed to
extra.
bang.
walk back
They
to
just a
school
sign of
last
weakness.
Friday. Nobody
Yeah.
came.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nobody know. They don't know how to do that anymore. You got a lot of thin skinned people around here. You know what I mean? They couldn't even have survived. And when I came over here, and I just that's another reason I don't beef no more. I just do commentary on it because clearly they can't hang. But the atmosphere that's going on right now is people be want to actually be wanting support from people, and they need a helping hand when the beef pop off, and they got a live roast, so they got to spin a narrative, and they got to, oh child, it's just so
Yeah, you get
it's
you get new
complicated.
groups.
It's
You get the
complicated.
they play runners. You got your play runners. Like people used to consider Five Babe to be a play runner. Some people
Mm,
consider Jay Wilson to be a play runner. I don't.
mm,
Jay Wilson
mm,
is actually a wise knowledge of wealth. And the younger males, you need to listen to me. You need to listen to Jay instead of listening to the fucking chat, and you may learn
mm,
something. That's how I
mm,
feel about him. That's a different brand right there. Is he hustling? Well, this is a capitalistic society, so he's also teaching these dummies the game. So if you're going to be
mm,
on YouTube, monetize your channel and get some money. How could you be
mm.
mad at that? I
Uh,
don't
And not
get it.
only
So
that, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
there's certain people, there's certain pillars that are posted for certain reasons, but we've always had play runners, believe that. And so people consider the finessers, which finessing is a play, right? And
mhm,
whoever
mhm,
else, the new play runners. So they go
mhm,
over there to trick off their money. That's a tricking and
mhm,
hoeing game. And they attach tricking and hoeing to most of 2.0. Like in their real life, people thought
mhm,
that they was going down Vegas to hoe.
mhm,
Here's the thing
mhm,
I
Like,
want to say too. Most of the old school that I appreciate is because they have longevity. They have figured
mhm,
everything out to where, because I mean, you may get all the numbers right now, but we
mm,
mhm,
yes, because see, a lot of things are peak. It's the one thing I agree with VS what she said yesterday. I got a chance to see some of her video, not a lot, but she said, "Can you last?" And that's the thing. You may peak, but then there's a point to where people eventually will get tired. And so
mm,
mhm,
the thing is
mhm,
most of the old school have learned
mhm,
how to navigate this thing and have
mhm,
got longevity in this thing. They still going. Whatever they
mhm,
get people like. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And if those leave, they come back. And so I'm not knocking the new school at all. Do what you do, but remember, it's not about just how many numbers can you get today. Can you last?
Mm. Can you
It's well,
last?
yeah. Can you lesson? Can you make an impact? Can you
There you
educate
go.
somehow,
There you
some
go.
way? Because this is a black space with black women and gay men, and can you impact somebody who needs you to impact them in a way? Like,
Mm,
can you? You may not need to last over here. Lasting over here is not necessarily the best thing because
mhm,
Armand Wiggins didn't last over here, and he took off,
mhm,
and now he got I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of subscribers. T.S.
mhm,
Madison didn't last over here. She took off. She got like 200,000 subscribers. You got
mhm,
Funky Dineva that didn't last over here. He took
mhm,
off. You got Alexander. These people got four or five
mhm,
hundred thousand subscribers. You got Michelle H.L.M. Brown who didn't stick
mhm.
around
And
over
let's not
here.
forget Tasha K.
You got Tasha K who didn't stick around over here. You got Lovely T who didn't stick around over here. And
Mhm,
they got 1 million subscribers on their platform. So,
Yep.
mhm,
That's
the
my
little
point.
clawing and clamoring that we talking about, longevity is good. I think a vision and a message is better,
Yes.
right?
mhm,
When it comes to
mhm,
dealing with black people, that's why with me, I'll be very selective of where I drop. I'll drop. Like I wish we had guys in the sector that would be around a little bit more. Like I wish Ghetto Intellect would come around and the other gentleman that was with him, like to balance out some of the ratchet stuff. I like, Pan African views and,
mhm.
black liberation views, like, views that Miss Olivia would give from like a LCPC or a licensed clinician perspective. Like we need to see them type of black people as well.
Yeah, well, I stopped doing that content over here simply because I don't I can only break it down
I hear
so
you.
low, and
I hear you.
if I can't break it down, if I go to an elementary level explaining something and you still don't get it,
I must leave you where you
there's
at.
nothing else I can do,
I
you
must
know.
leave you
And
where you
so
at.
that's why you don't see a lot of those types of videos from me anymore,
Yeah.
because some people just don't get it, you know.
And
And
you
and it took me a while to realize that, you know what, they're not getting it for real.
and
No, no.
my my channel is not, it don't have anything to do with B sector. I do
Right.
everything but B sector, even though I support over here and I've been over here for a while. I didn't want
Mhm.
my channel to be about beefs. I figure it's too many channels that already talk about what's going on over here, who did what, who shot John,
Mhm.
who John,
Mhm.
and there's nothing wrong with that. I just didn't
Mhm.
want mine to be like it. And so
Mhm.
I laugh when people say, well, you don't have a whole lot of people that drop down. That's fine because at the appropriate time when my channel take off like it's going to, I can say
Mhm.
I did it organically.
It's true. Yeah, you
Okay,
have
but
if you
okay,
don't
but
do it
this is
organic, and that's another thing about longevity. What you and Stunner was talking about, you have to grow your channel, not off of somebody else's back. Cause you remember when they was having the houses, Stunner and Creole. I came out of the house of Jay Wilson. I came
Yeah,
out of the
yeah,
house of
yeah,
Sean Bradley. I
yeah,
came out of the house of Fire Babe and all this. I'm
yeah.
thinking, well, hold up. If you're attributing your channel to another content creator, then that means you
Mm.
didn't build it on your own. You didn't build it
On your
from the
own.
ground up. And because you
Mm-hmm.
didn't build it from the ground up, you know what I mean? It's really don't have no longevity when you think about it. Because you always your channel is you giving your channel um over really, in my opinion, somewhat to that content creator. Do you see what I'm saying? And it makes your channel seem inauthentic because it makes it sound like you're replicating your favorite content creator. You know what I mean? If that
Well,
makes sense.
it all depends on how tight your game is and what your motives are, right?
Yeah,
So
I agree.
if your motives are to get beside, if my motive is to get beside you and clout chase, as opposed to
Mm,
having an intellectual dialogue with some historical facts, then I'm
mm-hmm,
gonna get beside you, say nothing, play nice, he, because I want to share your audience. Now,
mm,
once I get your audience, whether I want to share or not is up to me. A lot of the
mm,
beef check the clout, the ones that come from the cities, you best believe that they're thinking like that while they sitting beside you.
mm-hmm.
You best believe that. And so it's
Yeah,
like, that's up to them to determine. So it could be a good or it could be a bad thing. It just depends on really the motives and thoughts of that specific individual. Like if they come with good intentions and they want to network and build, I see nothing wrong with it. But a lot of them come primarily to clout chase. And what I will say is Jay Wilson and Tracy, because I can't leave Tracy out. They
yeah,
made a lot of these people. VS and Sean Bradley did too. So did Fabe. But a lot of the people that you see
yeah.
today, they come from that umbrella, and primarily Tracy, because Tracy is a con heart and she would let you sit on her panel. They'll sit on her panel for 3 weeks, drop down, turn on her, take the audience, and
Mm.
then bash her in the chat over and
Well, that's
over
what
and over again.
Pizarro did. Hey, Miss 313.
Hey, Miss Olivia, how are
hey
you?
lover, hey Nisi,
Hey, how you doing, Auntie? And hello, I don't know his name, but hello, how are you?
Stunner,
Stunner.
stunner, black vibes. How are you, Miss
Good
313?
afternoon, Mr. Stunner. I just wanted
Good
to come up
afternoon.
here and give you a quick. I'm gonna make it real quick because I work at night and I got to go to bed. But you are partially correct in what you're saying in the history. I'm a day one. I've been
Mm,
in this sector since Blab days. I'm Nika's best friend. We've been
right.
through a lot. What I'm gonna
Mm,
say to you is this: they were beefing before the beef sector.
mm,
You got when you talk about old school people, you got to talk about a view as a view. Back then, a view went as Miss Pam. As you see, she's
mm,
calmed down now and she colors. But Miss View used to be something else back in the day. You had
mm,
Sean Bradley, you had James, you had Nika, Shelley, um, Tam G. You used to have the King of Reeds, Adrian Expressions. You had a lot of people
yeah,
that
I remember.
originally did kind of start here, but it was not called the beef sector. It was the review sector. But they all
Okay.
did end up beefing, actually. But they never called it the beef sector. So
Mm,
when you say that
mm.
Shine and BS, that was the start of the new beef sector, basically. They were
Well, that's
beefing
what I'm
before
saying.
then. Yeah. So you're
Well,
absolutely
that's
correct and pretty
exactly.
much,
Well,
yeah,
let me
no,
say
I'm
this.
saying you are right.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying
Yeah.
nothing different from you, and I agree that that era is an era that was around because I got this education from mother, from James Caldwell. So James Caldwell broke this down to thousands of people over and over again. But like Miss Olivia said, they don't be listening. So the Blab era, the Shelley, the Alexander Rogers, the Lady Nika, like I'm aware of that era, and I'm aware that they used to actually fight and beef. But what I'm saying is the beef sector, as we know it today, like you say as well, that kind of came from the T.S. Madison and Kaya fallout. And so that's we're saying the same thing. But I appreciate you too.
I don't think really that was. Well, you're right. That played a part in it. But I do want to say you're absolutely correct. Mrs. O is B sector. Miss O done
Oh yeah.
cussed me out before, done blocked me, every damn thing else. She's B sector. I just think what's happening is when people don't like a person, then they say, "Oh, they not B sector." That's what they do. They get mad. Back in the old days in B sector, it wasn't all this begging. It wasn't half the shit that go on now. The B sector used to be genuine beef. It used to be funny. I wouldn't say fun beef all the time because when it started going into following kids at school and um, making threats, people losing their jobs. See, what happened was the new B sector, that 2.0, became treacherous. People
Yeah, they
started
are.
losing jobs, start following kids, start doing different things. At first, it was actual just straight up beef. Like, okay, we fall out, and they wouldn't be friends the next day, like y'all was saying earlier.
I
It'll
gotta
be straight
disagree.
up
I
beef.
gotta disagree with you there though, because back in the day they was following VS's kids. They was following jobs. They was calling jobs. They was doxing and getting people fired way back then. So I
No,
can
that's what I'm
respect what you're
saying. I
saying,
agree
but
with
they
you.
always been doing that. That's the
Yeah.
fabric
No,
and
I
mold of
agree
the
with
beef
you.
sector. It
I
was
agree with you. That's what I'm
Kwani was
saying.
doing it. Everybody know Kwani was stalking VS, taking pictures and stuff like that. If you know, you know. Like
Yeah,
they've been
let
doing
her
that.
finish what she's trying to say though. Let her finish what she's trying to say, please.
I'm gonna let.
I'm
Okay, I
saying
got
you're
you. Who
absolutely
is that?
correct
That's okay.
in that part. When you're saying, I'm saying the newer beef sector with BS, Shine,
Mhm.
when they started beefing, that's when it got turned up to the higher level of jobs, people losing jobs. Because BS, I think, was the first person to lose her job when they called, when she worked for the government. And they
Mhm.
called and she lost her job. So when BS lost her job, that's what turned BS up, which is
Mhm.
understandable. Then her son was followed and they took pictures of her son.
That's
So
what I'm
that's
saying.
when things really
Been doing
started
it.
going dark at that point.
Mhm.
That's when it started and it just continued from there. And then you have people talking about kids. The old B sector didn't talk about kids. They didn't do all that. They would leave it between the adults. Or maybe a husband might or a wife might get a little snag, but not the babies. They left the babies out of it. It really turned dark when
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Because yes, they always drug kids. They had no dragging kid
no.
campaigns and all that
You talking about Trish? No,
years
no,
ago. And then like when
no.
when the,
She
when
brought
the
that up
girls would
years ago,
battle,
but
they
before,
used to
when,
drag Babe's daughter all the time. I mean, it was this is documented
right,
history
that's
and
the
proof.
newer beef sector, though. Is what I'm
That's
saying
but
to
that's
you.
not
Yes,
2.0. That was back in
yes,
2020.
you're right. Right,
I
that's
know.
B sectors when all that started. But the previous B sector, they didn't do all of that. They just
So can I
basically
say this?
dragged
Can I
one
say this real
another.
quick? I'm
Hmm.
not one of them disgruntled. Back in the day, we used to do this, and now we used to do that. I just jumped on here and said that I'm living for the scandals of 2.0. So whatever anybody else's perspective is, I can accept it. And Miss Creole, before you reach, you interrupted me quite a few times, and I let you live. So please, as a beef sector guy, them wild suggestions right there, I will call you out on this platform
What are you talking about?
in a respectful way. But
Right.
Miss 313, Miss 313, I get
What's
what you're saying.
what you
And I
saying,
agree. I
dear?
just feel like if you don't change with the times, you do get less behind. And the same dysfunction always been there. We ain't gonna cover that up.
But the
It
same
been there.
dysfunction was not always there. It's not. You're saying it was there, now it's there. And when the newest beef sector came, previous, they did not do all of that. So you're
I
absolutely
remember it
correct.
differently.
See, you remember differently because you're going back to, right, when the 2020 B sector started, that's
Right,
exactly when
yeah.
all that started. You're
Boom, and we
absolutely,
can
I'm
agree.
not
There we
disputing
go.
you on that.
There we
I'm
go.
saying you're right. Prior
Gotcha.
to that, and I do agree with you, times
Yeah.
does have to change. But then when you start dragging kids, see, to me, when you start talking about handicapped children, you
Mm.
start talking about kids who have illnesses and different things, I think it goes too far. That's me personally, and
You're
that's
right.
the part of the B sector that I would turn off, and I'm not.
You're right.
I just associate myself with it now because it's done got to the point where it's ridiculous. The begging, the B
Mm.
sector never was about begging. Everybody in B sector hustled, made their money, and did what they had to do. Yes, they asked, for super chats, but it
Hmm.
wasn't the begging like it is now. Now we sponsoring 3 trips for people and different kind of thing. So you have to kind of, when you say the B sector, when you go into the history of the B sector, you can't never leave the past, the people who were before that, because they made it to where it's at now. And I agree with you, the
I
longevity.
feel that.
If
I
you
feel that.
look back, if you look at the people now, like Auntie Creole said, she respect the
Mm,
old school. If you notice those people now, even Miss Olivia don't gotta come on every day and do a video, because guess what? Them people
mm,
are going back looking at all their old videos, and they still getting paid to this day. Nika get
yeah.
paid. Nika get paid on videos from 4 and 5 years ago. She don't
Mm,
have to go live anymore,
yeah.
because her thing is she done evolved. She kind of always keep
She
getting
has.
pushed back into the B sector, but
I like
that
her
shit get
too.
old. Yeah,
I,
it
I
get.
actually, I actually, you know what? She's somebody who, although I actually like her a lot. Like I don't care what they said about her. I didn't see she was just respectful to me in traffic, and I didn't forget it. Let me just say that. So I do like her a lot. But I will say, if we talking about sponsoring people on trips, that other people years ago, like you brought up Pam, you brought up Nika, and I will say that they both have been sponsored on trips, like way back in the day. So I do want to point that out.
They were sponsored on the trip, but they contributed as well. It wasn't
I'm not
just
saying
they
that to
took a
bash
free
them.
trip.
I'm
It
not saying
wasn't
that to
we had.
bash them because I didn't bring up the sponsoring like when you had
No, what
brought
I
that
want to
up
tell
like
you
they're
is we
doing
didn't
that.
have whole lives
You know.
contributed to
Hold on
paying
a
for
minute,
them.
y'all. Is this Miss Cruz and Food Junkie?
Yes, it's me.
Hey,
Yes,
Cruz.
it's
Hey,
me.
Food Junkie.
Uh,
Is that your Food Junkie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm
And
sorry. I was on mute just saying, is it y'all? And y'all couldn't even hear me because I was on mute, child. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I can't wait to speak.
and so food junkie, me and food junkie used to be over on Nika's channel. We would be laughing, talking mess. We used to
mm,
have a good time in the beef sector, but you still have your beefs, but the beefs were organic. They were not beefs. Let's make up a beef with a fake condom and have people think that they
Mm,
had sex. Now it's becoming goofy. It's not even
mm,
genuine. It's
Can I
silly
say something
now.
to what used to be and what is now, real
mm.
quick?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on for a minute, Miss Cruz. Is this V Lenore?
Yes, it is. Good
Hey,
morning.
pretty.
Good
How
morning.
you doing, Miss Cruz? Go ahead, Miss Cruz.
Hello, everybody. So I get so tired of hearing what the beef sector used to be and wasn't and what it is now.
come on.
Dragging kids was way back then. How
Mm,
I know that? Because my kid was one of them way back
You
in
better say it.
2018. And I
Come
will never
on.
forget, I can't remember the lady's name, but I remember she got so upset. Her son was about to go in the military. He was 18,
I remember
and
that.
there were some names her son was. So all of this, it didn't begging, taking them. Listen, y'all say I was a part of TSCC. I don't care whether I was or wasn't. It don't matter to me. I don't care. But I remember money used to be taken up within minutes. You get
That
$5,000
is
in
correct. That
5
is
minutes.
Big
the
So
scams.
people have
2020 beef
asked for money.
sector.
I don't know
Been
why.
doing it.
I wonder why we're acting like what we're seeing now is so much
It's
worse than what we
new.
were seeing then. I
Come
don't know
on.
whether it's to make people feel better about them being around for so long. Because I'm also hearing, and this may sound a little offensive, but y'all know I already know I'm an asshole. I'm listening to this panel. I'm like, are we diagnosing? So are we the people who watch the same? Everybody watch the same stuff. We're going to diagnose the people that we're watching that's watching what we're watching. So whatever diagnose you give to them, you got to give to yourself because we all watching this mess. I'm part of this
Hmm.
mess. Whether we
Yeah.
quietly watching or whether we actively watching, whether we get on the panels or not get on the panels, we're
We let
watching
them
this mess.
us.
So I don't know why we get on here and try to go through this whole thing of what's happening now and with the OGs with this and the OG. Listen, the OGs had a lot of shit with them and the new folks coming to have a lot of shit with them too. It's the
There
beef
we go.
sector continuing
Yeah,
at the
There
it
end
you
of the
sounded
go.
day.
like the history
And
was being
nobody
rewritten.
disputed that. Nobody said it wasn't. All I was saying was that when he was talking, he's mostly correct, is what I said. But what I did say, it was beefing before 2020. When your son was doxxed and all that, that was with BS in the newer beef sector. They did not
Oh,
do that
correction.
in the
My son was
previous beef
not
sector.
doxxed. My son was not doxxed. I said they was talking about children
Okay,
and even
well,
children with disabilities way back then, and
yeah,
And
and that
it
was
and
wasn't
you
BS,
have to
2020.
and it wasn't BS
understand.
in the crew. It was the crew that was
Yeah,
against the BS in the crew.
right, right.
And
But
you
that
have
was
to understand. You
2020.
keep saying that in 2020 is when the beef sector started. That's not true. As a matter of fact, VS was arrested, and that situation happened at the end of 2019. The
Yeah,
B
Right.
it
I'm
was
sector
saying that
began
time
Who
frame. I'm
is
not
who is
giving
one
the
second.
exact date. I'm not giving the
One
exact
second.
date.
Let me finish. The beef sector
Like
started
this
around
side. This is irritating.
2018. Everything
hmm
prior to that was not the beef sector.
was
It was
not
the
beef sector.
blab days. Some of those people helped start the beef sector, but that's not the beef sector. You called it beef sector 2.0 with Phi Babe
no,
I
and
no, I
never
BS
said
didn't.
and
No, I
them.
no.
That's
I
didn't.
not
No, I
didn't.
true.
didn't.
No,
This
I
would
didn't.
be what
No, I
people are
didn't.
calling. I'm sorry.
I didn't.
She was saying that I said that, and no, I did not say
No,
that.
I didn't say
Right, we were
you. I'm talking about
correcting
Oh,
the
it,
okay.
and
the
I told
lady.
him I agree with
Oh,
him.
sorry
He's
about that.
absolutely correct, is
There
what
we
I
go.
said. I
Hmm.
said prior to that, I said this technically, if we were going to say a B sector 2.0, they would have been the 2.0 because
No, but that's not true. That's
they
not
were
true.
beefing
That's
That's
before that.
absolutely
I
not
no.
true.
disagree.
That's
Well, we're
when
going
the
to
B
agree to
sector
disagree.
started,
We're going
ma'am.
to agree to disagree
Lady Nika
because
We
is
don't
they
have.
were
not. It was
beefing
not
before that.
original beef sector. She was
That's not the
brought
B
to the beef
sector.
sector. I
I
recall it because
You
I
just said
never
it.
said they were beefing is what I said. I never said they were beef sector.
You
I said they
did.
were beefing back then.
But
I
you
said,
said
but
that
now
ma'am, listen, you said specifically that the B sector started with the blab days and the
it
B sector
I'm
did
saying they
not.
were okay.
Can
Well,
I
let's correct
finish?
it. Let's
Can I
correct it since you
finish?
want to be
Can I
technical. Let's
finish?
correct it.
May
No,
I
because
finish,
I got to
ma'am?
get down. I got to go to bed. So I'm gonna say
Please
this.
do that.
Let me
Maybe
correct
you'll
it.
hear me.
Go ahead.
Um,
Go ahead.
the
Go
B
ahead. Because I'm
sector
trying to
did
hurry
not.
up.
The B sector started with VS and Sean and Phi Babe and all of those folks. That's when it started. That's not
When did you come to the
2.0.
video? Because I clearly said prior to that they were beefing, but they were not called the beef sector. I
But
said
you
Every
all of
called
them were
them the
beefing
2.0,
back then.
ma'am.
And then when he said that, I corrected it. So let's correct it since
You
we're gonna
just
be
said it again when
technical.
I was up here on this panel,
Let's
ma'am.
correct it. Let's correct it. 2019, 2020 was actual beef sector. Prior to that, they were still beefing before
18,
that.
2018, ma'am.
Oh, 20. Okay, whatever it was, it doesn't matter around that time.
You understand
They
that
were beef
Vegas Gate?
sector.
You understand that Vegas Gate happened in
Was
2016.
2016. I know. Yeah.
So beef sector started after that, not then. That's not beef sector.
I never said it is. Oh.
You did.
I kept getting cut off though. If you'll let me
No,
finish
you
what I'm
weren't.
gonna
You
say,
were
then I'm gonna
talking
cut
the
it
whole
off.
time before I got up here, and
Okay,
that's what you
whatever.
said.
Like I said, prior to that, they were beefing, and I want to correct him because he was
And
saying he
we have
didn't
to
know
correct
that.
you. That's the
So, okay,
problem.
correct me. You corrected me. Now we fine. We're correct.
Good.
2018 on is the new beef sector, but to me, they technically were the original
And
beef
they were dragging
sector.
kids. They were calling
That sector
jobs.
dragged
They were
kids.
calling
Yes, they did.
CPS. All of those things
Yep,
happened.
they
It was
did all
worse
that.
then, to
I
be
said
honest,
that. Yeah.
ma'am. Can you let me talk?
No, because I said I was going to
Why?
finish up
You
talking,
don't
then
want
I
to
got to
hear
go to work
anybody else but
tonight.
yourself?
Wait a
Did you
minute,
want to
Miss
come up
Three
and
One
argue or
Three.
did you
Can
want
you,
to
Miss
talk?
Three One
Did you
Three,
want to come
Miss
up and
Three
talk?
One Three, Miss Three
I'll
One
be
Three?
quiet,
Can you
Miss.
please?
Yeah, Miss Three. I'll do
Can
it for
you?
you, Miss All.
Can you please get give her a chance to
Yeah.
speak? And Food
No, I'm
Junkie,
gonna go
could
to
you
work.
please
I'm
come
good
back
on
Okay,
up
her.
here?
good. Thank you.
Wait, wait a minute, V Lenore. Go ahead, speak, V Lenore. Miss 313, give her a chance to get her commentary out,
Yes,
and
Thank
you
you.
can
ma'am.
rebut.
Thank you, Miss Olivia. Um, what I'm saying is you were suggesting that all this dragging, all this job calling, all just started, and that's just not true. It was happening back then. They were calling CPS. They were calling jobs.
Yeah,
They were calling. They were trying to do everything they could to impact people's lives. They were calling the police on folks. So this idea that you're saying that it's worse now, actually, to be quite honest with you, I don't think it is. I think it was worse then.
yeah,
And that's
I
all I
agree.
wanted to say.
Well,
Now let me
Miss V
interrupt for a
Lenore,
minute.
let me apologize because I wasn't trying to cut you off. So I'm tired. I gotta go to work tonight. So I'm not trying to be rude, but let me correct. Let me say it correctly then, because you guys are based on dates and everything else. What I'm saying prior to when BS and them started, they weren't doing all that. They were not calling jobs. They weren't doing talking about kids. They weren't doing that. But when that sector, when the original beef sector started, yes, that's when it started getting dark. And I said that. I just had the wrong dates. But you're absolutely correct on what you're saying. I never said that they did not. I agree. That's when it started getting dark. And to me, you think it was worse back then? I don't know. I think it's about the same. I'm gonna be
I think
honest.
let me just interrupt. I agree with V. Leroy. I think it was worse back then, because When I came in this sector, Sean Bradley and VS was beefing so strong, and all of those accusations were being thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
People's foster kids got taken. People's jobs were threatened and actually taken.
Mm-hmm.
You had what were those? The processors were coming out to people's houses, and
Mm-hmm.
VS was over here doing the absolute most. So for me, it's a lot watered down now. I would have to agree with V Lenore, because and Miss Cruiser, when she was up, and Miss Cruiser put that in the chat. I think it's better now, because when I came in here, it was ridiculous. What I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just different on the. It's just different on another level now, to where they just lie roasting and stuff. But back then, people were really impacting people's lives. So I really have. I mean, they still are, but on the lower level. It's not all of that anymore. It became better. It became better when VS went to jail, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. You know,
Well, didn't Jay
It's-
Wilson just recently lose his job? I mean,
I mean, he done lost so many jobs. That's on Jay Wilson. At some point in time, you got to take accountability for yourself. Do you see? Me and Jay Wilson, we are in the same age group, and if you ain't learned by now, after all of that, how to protect yourself, and you still on her acting like that, that's on you. Do you see what I'm saying? And but I want to hear what Food Junkie had to say, y'all, if you don't mind. Go ahead,
Thank
Food
you.
Junkie.
Thank you, Miss Olivia. A couple things I want to say. Initially, I came up here because I want to say I'm hearing a bunch of hypocritical stuff on this panel. Out of one side of people's mouths, they're saying they're entertained by the nonsense and mess. Then on the other end, they're saying they don't like the nonsense and mess. Well, if you don't like it, don't be part of it. Don't entertain it. Don't watch it. Don't do any of that. That's what I want to say initially. But now y'all on a different topic, was not about the beef sector or whatever. Let me say this right here, and let me correct everyone who made a statement. No one's wrong, but no one is exactly right. Because if you're saying that Alexander Rogers was part of the beef sector, he was not. Alexander Rogers stopped talking and pretty much communicating with all of us during that whole Vegas Gate thing back in 2016. That's when he branched off into where he is now.
right.
So if we're saying the beef sector was all the way back then, it wasn't. What actually changed this sector, whatever you want to call it, is when we had the ability to go live and respond immediately after someone. It
Yeah.
wasn't
Yes.
because all this other
Hold up,
stuff.
y'all. Hold, one second, Food. Is this Tracy D?
Yes.
Wow, how you doing?
Hey, Tracy. How you doing, Miss O?
In chat.
Girl, I ain't heard
Hey,
from you
y'all.
in forever and a day.
Baby, I'm getting an earful.
I know, right?
I'm
Girl, it's
telling
so
you.
good to hear from
Okay.
you. I'm sorry, Food Junkie. Go ahead.
No
Stay
problem.
on, Tracy D, because you're next, okay?
But what I'm saying is that everyone has their version and their side of the story. One of my biggest takeaways from listening to everyone quietly and not doing as many videos as I used to do is that everyone's going to tell the story that makes them feel better, to soothe their own emotional state. Everyone is going to see things, remember things, and account for things as as they do to make them feel better about what's going on and how they choose to exist in this sector, in this area of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But if we look at the actual facts of what's going on, or actually the chronological order of what happened and when it happened, a lot of this stuff didn't get this way. Cause like during the time where we will do uploads, we will upload, cuss you out, let it upload was not. Then someone had that time to rewatch or whatever the case may be, and then respond and do the same thing. But the fact that you can go live on top of someone, the fact that you can just immediately get that instant gratification, that's when all of that changed.
Mm-hmm.
It has become a who can outdo who and who can I embarrass type of thing. That's what it is about, which is fine. But my thing is that we can stop, well, we need to stop acting as though we are disgusted by it when we are actively participating in it, and not only just by watching it, but as far as the behavior of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said in the chat, it's a point of no moral compass, no creativity. Because when I came up here, was like initially, Granted, I was thrusting here because the people I watched and communicated with, but y'all know what I used to do back in the days. I used to show my art, show my talent. I'd come on camera, sew and
You
paint and
did.
do all kind of stuff. It doesn't that's not conducive for this sector anymore. The way it is, I don't care about being
Mm,
doxxed because you can't take nothing from me that is mine.
mm.
You know, but this sector, when I do that, and even when I'm having serious conversations with people, because I'm not cussing and fussing and screaming and yelling, whatever, trying to embarrass people all the time, it doesn't get views, but I'm talking about some real shit stuff. Just like back in the days, y'all know I used to do during Black History Month. I used to talk about the Black inventors. I talked about the bug breaking. I talked about the seven deadly sins. I talked about a whole plethora of different things besides beefing. And those videos don't get played. Those videos don't get viewed. But when I'm cussing someone out, when I'm attacking someone or fighting with someone, whatever, those are some of my highest views.
Yeah, because that's what the subscribers want. Do you see
Right.
what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
And
But the thing
so,
is, so we can't say that in this sector we want something different because that's not what you don't want anything different. Someone does something different. Y'all don't watch that. Y'all want the degradation. Y'all want the depravity. So
Hmm.
let opposed to trying to act like we don't want that, or people who watch it all the time and know every fight, every player in every fight, every video, every syllable, every word, every vowel, every noun, every consonant of every fight, are the ones be like, oh, well, we don't like this because it used to be. No, you like it because that's why they get the highest views. Once you admit the problem, that way you can possibly fix it. But when you're constantly denying what the problem is and what the elements are, you're never gonna get the cure for the situation. That's all I want to say.
I just want to
okay.
say real quick, Miss Olivia, thank you for letting me up. And I want to get down, but I got excited when Tracy D hit the thing and I hit the
Yeah,
wrong
me
button because I
too.
was going to speak to her. Hi,
Yeah,
Tracy
how you
D.
been
Hi.
doing, Tracy D?
Ha- Everyone, have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Thank you
Have
for
a good
coming up,
day.
D. Lenore.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Hey, Tracy D, how you been doing? Tracy, are you on mute? Tracy, Tracy, we can't hear you if you're talking, love. But let me say this, Tracy, we can't hear you. Well, maybe she'll come back up. Let me drop the link again. It was probably her sound. But let me say this, when I came to the sector, I'm glad you're here, exposed CV. I want to say something about you too. But when I came to the sector, um, it was a lot more ruthless to me back then. But it wasn't so hard for me to acquiesce and act like I feel like I like the drama. That's why I'm over here. Now some of the things that go on over here, I don't participate in, like the doxing and the dragging the kids and stuff like that. But I like, I'm here for the content, and I think it's up to the subscriber. If they choose, if you got true supporters, it don't have to be a whole room full of them, because everybody love the train wreck. But people are going to support your content if you're truly your subscribers. You know what I mean? No, you're not going to get as much drama, as much as views and clicks as the drama. But you have to stand firm in your content. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If you're doing it for the love of making content. Now, a lot of people, get concerned. I'm not getting 5,000 views, and so your channel is a flop or whatever. No, that's not true. Your channel is not a flop as long as you got somebody listen to you, and it don't even matter if it's a couple of people. You know what I mean?
Right.
As long as they listening to you, in
Right.
my opinion. And so, hey, Stunner Black, is that you? And is that you back, Tracy D?
Yeah,
Yes. Can you hear
I'm
me?
back.
I can hear you now, love.
Okay. As soon as I start talking, my phone rang and knocked me off.
It's so good to see you.
Yes, and hi to you, Villanor. I was saying hello to everybody, but nobody could hear me because I guess it must have knocked my mic off.
I think so.
Yes, but I'm enjoying the show. I was just in the bushes listening to the B
Thank you.
sector history.
Yes,
It's
right,
so
right. And
interesting because everybody have their own little, version of what they remember.
Can I
yeah,
say this?
As
Can I
true,
say this? Can I
true.
say
Yeah.
something? Can I speak to Tracy D? I don't know you. At the time, when I was actually beef sector, I was Tracy PC, so y'all were like our arch enemies. But I'm out here in Chicago, and I definitely love the fact that
Oh.
you back because you like an old school op. So it's good to see you as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. It was
Hmm.
Now see,
very
that
interesting.
was what I was talking about when Tracy back in Tracy D's days, you know,
Yes,
Hmm.
out of Five Babe and all this, that was organic
Hmm.
beef. That was
Yes, it
for
yes,
real
was.
beef. You
absolutely
know
it
what I mean?
was.
But today you got a lot of plays being run. But back in Tracy D's days with Five
Yep.
Babe and all this, that was beef.
And
Do
people
you
didn't
still
believe it.
do you
People
still
didn't believe
DJ
it.
Tracy? Do you still DJ?
DJ,
Yeah.
I never DJ'd.
Okay, I thought they called you DJ Tracy D. That might have been.
Oh no,
DJ.
no, 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 no.
But I remember you, Tracy D. You was a classic baby. Yes, I remember you.
Right, with Babe Nation. Yep. But people thought that when I left Babe Nation, they thought that it was not what they called it, a running of no, I don't think they were saying running plays back then.
Right.
They just thought it wasn't real when I left.
Yeah, it took me a time to realize it, to wrap my mind around the fact Tracy did it. It was real. I mean,
Right,
but the
because
way the lady snaked you and stuff, you know what I
yeah.
mean? What we see a lot of people don't even realize the how we see take you know, the cat piss crazy demon over there. The way she be snaking people, honey,
Ooh,
that's not even nothing new for old beef sector people. Cause we seen
exactly.
how Five Babe used to do a whole bunch of people that were really close to her. Take
Mm-hmm.
Tisa for instance. She was in the chat. She got snaked by Five Babe. Serious Bayless
Mm-hmm.
got treated real bad by VS. You know,
Hmm.
and you guys were close to these content creators. If it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't for Tracy D, Five Babe would never start, you know, doing her hair correctly and putting on proper makeup and putting on proper clothes, you know, and buying a proper bra. Y'all talk about Cheffy and her bra. Tracy D had to teach Five Babe how to get a fucking bra. Did we forget about that?
Remember, she was her stylist. Tracy used to
It
dress
was
all the
her. Tracy
time.
D was her
Yes, I
stylist,
remember. Yes,
And Demi was her hairstylist. I'm like, well, damn,
Yes.
this bitch got a whole team.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot of
my
stuff the new
daughter said, "Mama,
subscribers
what
don't
the
know
heck you
nothing
doing with
about.
this lady?"
Uh-huh.
Because she didn't know Demi when I first came to YouTube. So
Yeah.
she didn't know my daughter. And then when my daughter found out who she said, "What the hell you doing with her, mama?" I said, "She need help. Help out."
Mm.
She sure did need help, and y'all did help her out. But the way that y'all gonna help her out, you know, and
Hmm.
get her looking like something and acting like something. You know what I
Baby,
mean?
she
Like
switched
V
up on
Lenore,
me.
she turned on V Lenore too.
She
You
sure
know what I
did.
mean? I mean, the
Yep.
way that she used to throw people away that really helped her. You
Uh-huh.
know, that was organic beef, but that just showed how trashy and classist and ungrateful she was. Cause
Yep.
I'm telling y'all, I about died. I laughed for days when I seen that bitch put on a proper bra and realized it was College Tracy D trying to teach her how to put on her clothes and, you know, and look like she got some sense about herself. I was
Yeah.
like, baby, taught her how to cover up all them bullet wounds and everything. And then she had people like V Lenore trying to give her some class, and
Yep.
poor Latisa was trying to give her some money. I mean,
Hmm.
that stuff was organic. Now,
It
and
really
that wasn't
was.
even plays. That was for
Hmm.
real.
Yeah, that was
For
real.
real.
That was real.
It
That
was
wasn't even
real.
That
a
was real.
Tracy, didn't you go to the courthouse or something also?
yeah, yeah, I was
I
being
remember.
nosy
Yes,
because
I remember Tracy was
the
something
courthouse was
else.
actually where my doctor's office was. So I said, "Oh, okay, my appointment ain't until 3:30, 4 o'clock. So let me run up here and be because I actually thought VS was gonna come. So I wanted to see all of that. I had my phone ready. And then once I realized, okay, she ain't coming, then that's when I
Mm,
met and introduced myself to Fabe. They just
yeah.
had a
Well, Tracy, you
shooting
used
over
to be
there in
shy.
her on a train station in Forest Park yesterday. Some dummy got on the train and shot and unalived 4 people.
I
Yep.
heard that on the news.
It
I
was
watched it on the news.
insane. Yes.
Oh my.
Yep.
Hmm.
In Forest Park. That was the
Forest
train
Park
stop.
train station. Hmm. On the
Forest
blue
Park
line.
train station. Yes. Just a
West
whole
suburb.
fool. They caught him though. Thank the Lord.
I seen
Oh,
it.
did they catch him?
Yes.
Well, was he crazy, Tracy D? What did he do that
Had
for?
to be because they said the 4 people was on the train sleep, just probably then fell asleep riding to work or whatever that morning. And
Mm.
this is fool just got on there shooting them.
Oh my God. Y'all heard
Yeah.
that on the news. And I immediately thought about people like you and Five Babe, and
Yeah.
Demi, and all the people that's gonna come from Chicago. I immediately thought about all of y'all because I never
Hmm.
want to see nobody hurt for real.
But
You
that's
know what
like
I
the
mean?
well, what I would consider the connecting outskirts, connecting.
The west
What's the
suburbs.
guy name? Yeah, like
Stump.
not the inner
Hmm.
city where
Yeah,
I
it's the
Mm-hmm.
am.
western suburbs. To
Yeah,
the west
west
suburbs.
suburb. Uh-huh.
Oh my
Hmm.
God.
But they
Yeah.
caught him in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? They caught him in
I don't
Chicago.
know. I just heard on the news that
Yeah,
he
they
was
said he
caught.
escaped and they caught him trying to catch the train in Chicago. But
Right,
I
right,
just
on the
want,
pink line. That's
yeah, I just want to
right.
Hmm.
thank you for letting me come up,
Hmm.
Miss
He got on
Olivia.
another train.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. I
And
appreciate
I
all of y'all.
and I want to apologize again to B Lenore. I'm sorry. I work nights and I'm just irritated. It's nothing with her. I was trying to say, and I should have given the dates a little bit more clearly. But what I was trying to say back in the Blab days, and when they uploaded, Food Junkie is absolutely correct. Live changed everything, and when
It
they used to
did.
have to upload, it wasn't as fast as the response and everything. So I think it was more mild then, but now. I agree with you, Miss Olivia, to a certain point, but
Mm.
people are still losing their jobs. So to me, it's all and still getting docked. So it's all the
Yeah.
same thing. So you guys
Yeah, it
have
is.
a great,
It's still the same plays going on. You know what I mean? Don't
yeah,
get me wrong. It's just back then it was more vicious. See, people don't have their skin is not thick enough these days to survive what was going on back then. Because when I
Right.
came into the B sector, it was on and it was organic. It was more.
Yes,
It was brutal, wasn't it?
Today
Yep.
it's weaker to
absolutely.
me because it's people running plays. But back
Hmm.
then, if you didn't have this the thick, look what happened with Tracy D. You know what I
Yep.
mean? For instance, V. Lenore, all that people don't got the skin for that these days. People are scared to even talk about when people
Yeah.
do them wrong. They're still cake for people. Look at what's going on with perfect example is Lolo and Ness. You know
Yep.
they shaded her that whole trip, but she's
Yep.
still trying not to shade them, honey. Back in the day, they would have been into it.
oh, yeah, they would
Honey,
have.
people
You
would have been
absolutely
excited to hit
correct.
that live button.
Can
And
I
you know
ask
what,
Tracy
Tracy,
D a
I
quick
called you a
question?
DJ because
Sorry.
I remember Demi one day did a video, and Demi was like, "We was the DJs, we was the head of the party." So that's why I remember Demi saying something like that. So,
Oh, when
Uh-huh.
she had the
Oh, go
when
ahead, go
but
ahead,
thank y'all.
Cruiser.
Have a
DJ
great evening,
competition.
You
everybody.
too. You too. Thank you. What you say, Cruiser?
Hey Tracy D, good to see you.
You too,
So I
Miss
have a
Cruz.
question. Y'all know I'm messy. I got a messy question, but let me start by saying, I like, I know there's it's a split in what Phi Babe now Shalina Marie is doing now. Some people, feel a certain kind of way about it. Me personally, as a person of faith, in spite
Hmm.
of all my heathen ways, as a person of faith, I think it's great. And I
Yeah.
know that people
Hmm.
can be delivered and converted and changed.
Yeah.
And I have to believe that because I hope that one day I'll be delivered, converted, and changed.
Yeah.
So, I have to believe in faith and grace. So, having said that, Tracy D, do you have any thoughts on the change, the conversion that we see from one content that she used to do and the things that we're talking about that she used to do to what she's doing now?
Okay, I'm sorry. What was that again, Miss Cruz? And my son started talking to me.
Oh, okay. I was asking, what are your thoughts on, Sabe no longer doing beef sector, no longer participating and engaging in the beef sector activities,
Well,
and now on the opposite end, teaching more
mhm.
inspirational messages.
Oh, that's a good question because she did. That's how she came to the beef sector. That's how she came to YouTube with that spiel. You know, the whole um, ministering and evangelistic type stuff. That was her commentary when she first came to the beef sector. Same thing. That's how she came on. So I don't know if she's starting over, and is eventually going to lead back into what it is that she used to do because that's how she came on YouTube. If y'all remember, preaching the word.
I recall I used to watch
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
really
Right.
early in the morning, and it was, I mean,
Yes.
before the sun came up. Yeah, I
Yeah. Yeah.
remember.
That's right. That's why I'm not buying it because that's how she came to
Mm.
YouTube.
Mm.
Hmm. And
That's
she kind of.
What
fair.
Tracy D? Why do you think? Why do you think? Do you think the fact that her name got taken away from her, the Five Babe name, because what's that guy's name? He posted that about her that trademarked her name or something. Do
Oh
you think that,
yes. Hmm. Hmm.
do you
Well,
think
not
that's what
only
made
that.
her go back to? Huh.
What screwed her was trying to collaborate with Sean Bradley, the man that wanted to
Mm.
take her out the game in the first place.
Mm.
That's what screwed her. And that's
Mm.
why that was one of the main reasons that I left, because I already knew that that was a bad idea. Like, if you feel like you on your way up, why do you need to, that whole show?
Mm.
She really believed in it. She really thought
Yes,
that
you
she was
did.
going to be a star.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when
Yeah.
she felt like, oh, she didn't need me, and I was beneath her, and everything that I worked so hard to help her with, it was nothing because she had Sean Bradley. All
Mm.
along, I'm knowing he's gonna take you out the game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And it told me that you're not a real friend to me. Anytime you knew this man doxed me, you knew all the shit that he was doing to both of us behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, and you would
Mm.
still go and collaborate and link up with him. It was a whole tactic because they contacted me as well so that they could get me down there on that show to fight with her, to be their
Mm.
entertainment. But where's Ty? I've
What?
been asking everybody, where is Ty? Where's the
What? They
lady that
contacted you too. I didn't know that.
yes, they contacted me, and she had Sean Bradley listening in on the phone when she tried to convince me, sounding like a used car salesman, to get me to come
Oh.
down
Mm.
there to the show.
Oh
Mm.
wow. V
Mm-hmm.
Lenore.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry. I was trying to get back to work, but you done asked Tracy D a question that pulled me back up to the
Oh my
panel.
God.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna run because my sister's about to
That
give
was
it
a
to
good
us.
question,
But
though, Miss Susan.
before I run, I'm about to put up my non-Baptist fingers and run all I can. Let me leave y'all with this. Let me leave y'all with this. Um, there's two songs I will leave y'all with. Number one, "Simply Redeemed" by Isaac Curry. You know, I'm not perfect, but I am redeemed. And second song I will leave y'all with is "We Fall Down, but We Get Up," Mr. Donnie McClurkin. And a saint is just a sinner who fell down and they get up. We
Mm-hmm.
fall so many times to get up and fall so many times we get up. Go on and get me, Villador. I know.
Look, no, 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 no. Let me tell you something. I am not one at all that doesn't believe that change is possible, that
Mm.
God is, I know He is real. I know He is
Mhm.
able, right? But
Yes.
what I
Yes.
also know is He will still hold us accountable. We can't say that we are a follower of God and that we have changed without
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging the people that you have wronged, without
Absolutely.
Mm.
acknowledging the lies you have told, without
Mm.
Absolutely.
acknowledging the things that you did to pit
Yes.
other people
Mm.
against the
Yes.
folks that you were lying on. So
Yes.
Mm.
the people who only tried to support you and cheer you on, that
Mm-hmm.
right there, that's a
Mm.
problem. You think about the people who, now again, I
Mm.
still would never call her my friend. And I know
Mm.
that gets under her skin, but I know what a
Mm.
friend is. Obviously,
Mm.
she does not. I
Mm.
try to be friends to people, and it sometimes, it backfires on you. So be it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I will never change anything that I did because I know I didn't do shit to her. And I
Mm.
know
Right.
Mm.
I don't feel that Tracy D did shit to her. I don't
Me
believe that
neither.
Tisa did shit to her. I think
Mhm.
that if you really change, let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
When that name got snatched from her, wasn't that what she was trying to do to somebody else?
Yes.
Mhm.
And then when it happened to her, it was a problem. She was still
Mm.
talking big shit and she came out here.
Mm.
She tried to set up another channel and it got taken immediately. She said it wouldn't
Mm.
take. You're not going to tell
Mhm.
me 2 weeks later, now God then changed you. And he can do it
Come
overnight.
on.
Don't
Mm.
Come
get it
on. Come on.
twisted. But if he did change you, he also expects you to come out here and acknowledge the shit you did. Because there
Mm.
Absolutely.
were lies she told on me that were bold faced fucking
Oh.
lies.
Mm.
Oh
And
yes.
Mm.
she came out here,
Mhm.
talked about everything from it. First and foremost, what did I do to her? Because all that little revealing thing she called herself doing was a lie. There was
Mhm.
nothing
Yeah.
there I had done to her.
Mhm.
She came out here, she told people that I tried to snake her, but she couldn't tell you what I did.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then she
Mm.
came out here and said I was a drug mule, which is a
Yes.
Mm.
fucking lie. Then she
Yes.
came out here and said I was responsible for her mailbox being taken from her. She also
Mm-hmm.
blamed that on you, Tracy D. She also blamed it on Shelly. She said
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
basically saying that we committed a federal crime. I
But
will
guess
Wow.
who did it
never,
though? But
ever, ever be
guess who
okay
did
with
it?
this
Wait, hold
bullshit
up,
until she
I
comes
hear
Lenore.
out
you.
here and
Wait a
acknowledges
minute.
the bullshit she did.
Guess who
Mm.
was responsible for her mailbox being taken?
Her?
Jason.
Oh, Jason.
Mm. What?
The main person that she was trying to link up with, to
Mm.
get information on people. She used Jason and never paid him. So that's why he went and did what he did too.
Oh. And see,
What?
she came out here and had these people coming after us, Tracy
Yep.
D and
Yes.
Tisa and
Yes.
anybody else she was mad at. And did she make up with people and don't say shit about the bullshit she did? I would never
Mm-hmm.
respect that.
Yes.
Mm.
So
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I don't even talk about this shit, but this was a great opportunity to say the
Oh
fuck what
Absolutely.
I
no, no,
wanted.
no! I'm
But
glad
let
you
me say
brought it up
this.
because see, here's the thing, here's the thing, here's the thing, V Lenore, real fast, and I know you gotta go, but without conversations like this, you don't have the subscribers because they don't go back and do the research. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they really don't even really know what's going on for real.
Yep.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Until we have conversations like this. So when a V Lenore pop up, a Stunner pop up, a Tracy D pop up, a Cruiser pop up, a Miss 313 pop up, well, a Food Junkie, we get a history lesson. And then
Mm-hmm.
and it puts another perspective as to what's going on now as opposed to back then. So when
Mm-hmm.
you hear people call themselves B Sector 2.0 and talking about the old B Sector ain't this and the old B Sector ain't that, honey, the old B Sector was organic. It was
It
real for
really
real
was.
dirty shit going on, and it wasn't
Yes,
a
it
play.
was.
It was for real. And y'all
It
just
Yes.
heard
was.
Tracy D up here and Villanova just telling y'all and Tisa down in the chat. That is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. And let me say two quick things. One, California girl with your raisin face ass. Leave me the fuck alone. That's
Woo!
the first thing. Second of all, Wisdom's daughter and I are super cool. So shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. And until
Mm,
you have facts, like you need to get the facts from that lying fight babe that told you a bunch of bullshit that you fell for. Ain't nobody
mm,
got that gives a damn about you. Okay. And let me just
mm.
say this, and then I really am going to get alpha here. I believe all
No.
this shit is a sham. I believe it
Yes.
is another
Mm-hmm.
scam. It is
Absolutely.
another way to get in people's pockets, and you
Yes,
Yep.
do it by
ma'am.
getting into their heart and using God to
Mm-hmm.
do it. I will never
Yes,
Ooh, ain't
ma'am.
respect
that the
it.
truth?
You better
Mm.
watch it because
Absolutely.
she'll have a
Yeah.
fucking church and a cult for real if y'all keep
That's
fucking
right.
around with that
Ooh, that's the
bullshit.
truth.
That's right.
Mm.
And
I
mind
agree.
you, I like I told when I was talking to Tisa, I said, listen, I said that
Ooh, Tracy D, you done went out on us.
with God.
Go ahead.
And went out. Can you hear me
It
now?
did for a minute. Go ahead.
Oh no, I said I don't play when it come down to, with religion and God, and you putting on this fake facade, and no, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
feel. And then on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, if you want forgiveness and you want to be, seen as this holier than that, how come you didn't repent for all of the lies and
Thank you.
wrongdoing and scamming that you did to people, honey? It needs
Mm-hmm.
to
mm,
be some repentance going on
Amen.
mm,
Amen.
mm.
before
And
I would
talk
That's the
believe
about
truth.
any of it.
came out here with some blanket thing like if I did something wrong to you or
Ain't
if
no
you
if,
feel
ain't
I
no
did something
if
wrong to y'all,
you
I'm
did,
sorry, okay? Clean
ain't
slate.
no
No,
if.
fuck that. You sent
Mm-hmm.
people out, you told lies on people. And that's why you
Mm-hmm.
got a raisin face
Absolutely.
bitch in the chat right now out here caping for her based on lies. That's the
Mm.
Yep.
problem. And these dumbass
Yes.
people fall for and look, I was dumb. I was dumb. I admit
Yes.
it. I was
Yes.
dumb. I believed her. I wanted to believe that she was doing the right thing, that people were picking on her ass. I tried to
Mm-mm.
support her, encourage her to do other things, and invited her to do something,
I did
different
the
because she said that's
same
what she
thing.
wanted. And she shit right in somebody's face. Fuck her. Okay, I gotta
Well,
go. I love y'all.
Thank you, V
okay.
Lenore.
Thank
Can you hear
you.
me, Miss O, or did my mic go out again?
I can still hear you,
Oh,
but
okay, you can
V
hear me.
but
Yeah,
I
and
just
I,
want to
I was
say
thinking
y'all.
that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was thinking that when I saw the episodes that was happening with Tisa and V Lenore, I was like, they did not hear me when I told them, if she did it to me, she'll
You're
do it
right,
to you.
Tracy D. You are
Mm,
right. You are right.
Yes.
mm,
But the thing is that we were hearing a narrative, right? So it
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
always
we didn't have a real chance to talk to you because you didn't have a platform. I know you were able to
Right,
bounce
right.
a few places, but you want
Yes.
to believe her. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know. I
We
know. Yes.
supported her. We thought people were picking on her. And like I
Yes.
told
Mm-hmm.
folks, we didn't always watch
Yep.
everybody else. So you're taking her word for the shit.
That's true.
Yes.
That's
And
true.
then that shit happens to you and then you get it. And I'm guilty of that. Kill me
Yes.
for it.
Yes.
Mm.
Crucify me for falling for
Yes.
some bullshit.
I remember.
No, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with
I
that.
remember
That's
coming to
life.
Miss Olivia.
That's just life. Yeah,
Thank
you
you, Miss
won't see some
Olivia, for
people.
having.
See, people. You know what I mean? She one of them people that can get people to feel sorry for her. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And and really, she is just drawing you into her web. And when she get out of you what she need out of you, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Then she throw you away after she done
Hmm.
sucked all the blood out of you, like
Hmm.
spiders do, suck out the organs and all this and all that. Then she
Yep.
throw you away. Do you see what
Yep.
I'm saying? And
Yep.
like V. Lenore said, and Tracy D said, you can't come on here acting like you are now holier than thou with that act right there. Because you didn't know how to come back from somebody trademarking your name and act
Hmm.
like
Yes.
you just prophetess again after you done did wrong to all these people.
Thank
You
you.
really ain't apologized at
Thank you.
all. You know, you just over here playing the prophetess again, but you came
Mm-hmm.
on here playing the prophetess. So I agree
Amen.
with what everybody is saying because it's the truth and it's also history. And now today you're seeing watered down versions of that. And so when
Hmm.
we seeing watered down versions of that, which was for real back then, we don't take it serious because we see
Yep.
how dirty Villanova was done for real. We see how bad Tracy D was done for real. We see how
Mm-hmm.
bad Tisa was done for real, and so many other people. This right here, this ain't nothing compared to back then.
No.
Nothing.
And let's be clear, if y'all don't think she under a troll page out here in
Come
these
on.
chats,
Come on.
you a damn fool. Okay?
Mm. Okay.
She's still on that same
Okay.
bullshit. Don't get it messed up.
That's
Okay?
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she
I'm
let them
really
mess
getting
like we
down.
all
Bye
do.
Thank
bye
you,
everybody.
Villanova.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
good talking to you.
Same here. Bye bye
Yes.
everybody.
Nice meeting you.
Same
But I
here.
appreciate you, Miss Olivia, because you actually was one of the platforms that we could come to vent and get some of
Yeah.
these lies straightened out. Because remember, I came to your platform when VS had did that doxing of one of her relatives, and they were saying
Yeah.
it's me,
Yeah. Yep.
some
I
lady,
remember.
and I had, and look, and she didn't even come out and speak up for me. Like, I'm like, who is this lady that Nicole Tyler and VS and them over there saying it's me? She started trying to
Yeah.
say that I was related to Fabe, remember?
I
Yeah.
remember
I
that.
remember. Yeah.
And it was some
Absolutely.
lady. I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah.
I didn't even know who
Yeah.
the lady
Yeah.
was. And
Yeah.
VS was out here saying, yeah, that's Tracy D. And I was like, who? So I had, you would think she would have called me on the phone and said, girl, look, that's my auntie. You know,
Mm.
don't. She said nothing. She didn't even inform me, nothing. And
Wow.
then
Mm-hmm.
got mad when I would hit y'all links and get on here and speak about it.
Mm.
Remember
Yeah.
Miss
Yes, you look at
Olivia? She
that
went
piss her
over there
off.
and cried. Remember she went and cried when I was over there
Girl,
with QB?
I remember. But I tell you one thing that when it went down, when it finally went down between you and Demi,
Oh,
oh
ooh.
my God, there was a clash of the Titans right there. I was like, what the hell?
Baby, I
Yep.
hopped up out the bed. I told my daughter, strike that live up. I'm finna lay her ass down.
Mm-mm.
I said,
And that's what you did too.
For hours. It was hours. I think my daughter had like 30,000 views.
Okay.
I said,
I could
yeah.
not, but Tracy, I
I
could. That was
said,
one of and that's definitely in the top five beefs for me.
oh God.
Cause all of that, you know what I mean? Like it took me a minute to adjust from this
Yes,
watered down version of the beef sector
yes,
because back
yes,
then, honey, you have to be on high alert. Man, I used
yes.
to really go hard back then because I be goddamn if I was gonna let that bitch talk crazy to me, I don't give a
Okay.
fuck.
Yes. We were over there. I think it was me, you, QB, and somebody else that was on the link. And
Mm,
she started blowing my phone up. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. Don't call me now because you didn't give me an opportunity to clear my name on your
mm-hmm.
channel. So when QB offered and we were all up there, she came back live. And I remember you coming live. And I said, look at Miss Olivia on it. She exposing the hell out of her. She only did that because she saw over there with QB. And now she over
Mm-hmm.
there crying, talking about she gonna have to unmod Tracy D
Ain't that some
because they
shit?
because they messing with her. No, you were upset because I gave the interview to QB.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
what it
That's
was.
the truth. Yep. You're exactly right. You're
Mm-hmm.
exactly right. And it used to just trip me out how her and Five Babe used to her and Five Babe and the demon over there used to go at it so hard with each other, but they were very similar. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so I'm like, okay, they really is one and the same. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They really is trying to one up one another, but they act the same way. So that
Yes.
was just tripping me out.
And so was Sean Bradley, because she
Yeah,
was
him too.
mimicking
Yeah.
a lot of the things that he was doing. I
Hmm.
actually found Sean Bradley before I even knew about a 5A, because he was doing Cardi B and Nicki Minaj reviews when they were beefing. Remember, Nicki and Cardi had that whole beef going on, and then the fight happened,
Yeah.
and Cardi got hit upside the head.
At the Met
Sean
Gala,
B,
yeah.
yes, Sean Bradley used to do reviews on the Nicki and Cardi B saga. So I would used to be on his channel, and then we would do he would do the call-ins, and we would be talking about it. And then one time he did an interview or something that kicked the beef off really was with Chopper. Her and
Mm.
Chopper started beefing, and VS called into Sean's show, and he asked her how could this be resolved, and she said uh till death or something like that.
Mm.
So by him inserting himself and doing, a review on her and Chopper's beef, caused them to be.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, Tracy, because have you seen her trying to be nice with Sean Bradley?
It's crazy, and it's
I
all
can't
fake. It's
believe
all
that.
fake, and it's all phony. She
Yes.
actually she had her and her crew calling up to my husband's job because his supervisor was calling him, telling him every time they was making calls to his job up there.
Mm. Oh
Yes,
wow. Oh
yes,
wow.
yes. She had them and her calling up to my husband's job. Honey, my husband is solidified in his work. And every
Right.
time they called, those people was calling him, letting him know what they were
Exactly.
doing,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
was asking him, did he want to press charges
Yes.
against
Yeah.
her
Yep. That's right.
by him
That's right.
being a
I know what
sit-in
you
for a
mean by
year?
that. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
crazy. And
Yeah.
they
But
was
it was
like,
just
why you
straight
doing that
crazy
to
as
her? She
madness.
said, I was guilty by association.
Ain't that some shit,
Oh yeah. Like, who are you?
girl? You
But
know,
look what
I
all
think
happened
that
though. God don't like ugly.
that's right. That's right. You're right about that, Tracy. Yeah, it was a lot uglier back then, and you'd have to agree with that too, Stunner, than it is now, really, because they
I
just is
100%
really
agree.
just playing now. Back then, uh-uh.
Oh yeah.
And can I chime in? I remember the exact lie with Tracy D. Is like you taking me back, and I don't even know you. It's like you took me back to that time period because I remember being in Olivia's live. I remember watching you liberate yourself. I remember QB like in the uncomfortable position because he was still trying to be cool with her, but he was trying to
Mm-hmm.
do right by y'all. You know, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
lot of us are still left with, not me because I didn't, but a lot of people still are carrying that on when you build these
Mm-hmm.
relationships because believe you me, when
Mm-hmm.
Nicole Tyler turned on us, it shocked me. When Five
Mm.
Babe went to the show, we were
Mm.
attacking Five Babe just before that. And I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
Five Babe had said something about a slave comment or something like that back in
Yes.
the day. The slaves was doing something with white men or something like that. You remember that, Tracy D?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I
And
remember.
saying that our
We
nanny was so good, that's why they felt like they wanted to take it from us.
She
The slave
showed
Slave.
method.
did.
There you go. So
That's what
when
she
when she
said.
did when she did that, we used to be on Nicole Tyler's Car Chronicles, getting in, like reading Five Babe based off of the lies, the plays, the this, the that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we was against Babe Nation online, not really, because Five Babe is entertaining to me. She got the gift of gab. I just don't, some of her
Right,
ways
right.
that I heard
Exactly.
today. God bless her. But when it comes to the gift of gab, in my opinion, I'm man enough to say she was the best one, and I wasn't
Yeah.
even Babe Nation, and I have to say that. But her
Mm-hmm.
character and her demons are really what took
Yeah.
her out of there. Because I would have loved to have seen Five Babe be the next Tasha K or the next Lovely
Mm-hmm.
J, because Five
She
Babe
had the
talked better
potential.
shit
She
She
than
had
did
the
both of
have the
them.
potential.
potential. Yes, she
Yes.
did.
She
Yes, she
talked
Yes.
better
did.
shit than both of them because she's funny. She's an
Mm-hmm.
attractive woman. She's a nice looking girl. She has a
Mm-hmm.
sweet side. It's just that slithery, snaky. And then
Mm-hmm.
one person she should have never turned on. I don't care. I mean, Five Babe had a whole team, but if it's one person she should have never turned on, that's Tracy D.
That's right.
Yeah. I had her back.
That's
I
right.
did. I
Tracy
had her
did
back.
Demi. She
But I
never
had
should
to
have
walk
done that.
away. As soon as she started fooling with that Sean Bradley, I knew I was finna
Tracy D.
bounce. I was
Mm.
like, oh no, no, because you saw the things that were done. When we went to Jay Wilson's Labor Day event, and Sean Bradley tried to start all that stuff up, talking about If somebody lay a single hair on Tracy's head, we wasn't even finna meet with you know that was all for drama. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if somebody lay a single hair on Tracy's head, he flying somebody in. I said, why you won't come do it? Like
Right.
he was doing a lot of instigating,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of manipulating, and then you turn around and you go and want to meet with this dude. Like, girl,
The
I'm
show,
gone.
show, show.
Yes.
We were so mad when Nicole Tyler sat beside
Oh
Jay
God.
Wilson and Fa Babe that we jumped ship. She Nicole Tyler, when I say a liar, when I oh my God,
Yes. Yes.
excuse me, Lord. Nicole Tyler and Fa Babe, when it comes, I don't know who is the worst liar between the two of them, but they running neck and neck. And they both went and dealt
Yep.
with Sean
Sure
Bradley,
did.
who
Sure
did
did,
them wrong
V.
and turned
Sure
on
did.
their platform. And that's
Sure
where you
did.
get people like me and
Look
Tracy
what
D.
happened. Yes.
Hmm.
Took them
They
out
did
the
it. They
game.
did it for
Mm-hmm.
the
Did not.
show. Nicole
Yes.
Tyler thought she was gonna be more famous than Five Babe on the show. We
Yes, she
wanted Nicole
did.
Tyler to go down there and cuss Five Babe out. We wanted her to fight whoever she needed to fight. We was like, yeah,
Yes.
okay. Nicole Tyler
Mm-hmm.
going down there. We got gang. We getting ready to represent. Don't let her
They went,
punk you.
look,
You
let me
gonna
tell you
look cute.
something.
She
They
went
went
down there and
down
sat
there.
with him.
Let me tell you something. They went down there copping please.
Cop and please and sat with him.
It was
Yeah, I thought it was gonna
unbelievable.
be drama too. Now, y'all gotta admit though, what
Let me
happened
down.
with the whole show compared to what's going on with this Vegas thing we talking about now? That this thing right now ain't nothing compared to the
Oh
show.
God,
Not at
no.
all.
Oh
No.
Lord, I
Because
thought it was
Not
where,
at
gonna be a
all.
listen,
fight.
where is Ty? Where is Ty with all this footage? What
I
happened
don't
to him?
Right.
know.
That's
We never
true.
got that footage, did we, Tracy? Did
No. All of that.
mm-mm.
And where this lady just disappeared.
You
I don't even
right?
think Sean Bradley talk about it no more. What happened?
I don't know. You right? You
Mm,
right?
I think somebody need to be recording them and making shows like Jay Dunn, because she do that type of stuff because 2.0 is a hot little ratchet mess. There'll be some
Mm-hmm.
good content on camera. I'm sorry to say it. They'll be
Mm-hmm.
very entertaining. And I
yeah.
wish I could see the show stuff because that stuff is I'm so glad Tracy D is saying this because it was when I say it was a lot of them, like I ain't even care, but it was she turned on all of us to go
Yes.
down there. This is Nicole Tyler messing with Sean Bradley for that show. I'm like, I can't believe this little thirsty short. You done went down
Mm-hmm.
there and you done talked all this shit about Five Babe. Now you done flew your thirsty ass to Atlanta thinking
Mm-hmm.
you can ready to be the next Janet Jackson and you sitting
Mm-hmm.
beside the bitch. Oh hell no. We was tripping like, wait a minute,
I bet you
you
had that silver outfit in the suitcase and everything.
the silver outfit with the boots, and then she sat beside Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson used to be reading her for Phil. We're like,
Yes.
how can you go down there and sit with these ops like that?
Oh
Hell
my
no.
God. It was
And then
Yeah.
and she got so scared because what big D Ramsey about to beat her up or something. Scared the
yep.
hell out
Right.
of her so bad she left the beef sector child.
D Ramsey was gonna beat everybody up. Okay.
Yep.
Woo child. That big
They was gonna
They
round
beat
didn't.
truck was
everybody up.
They didn't utilize their resources because I would have loved to flew to Vegas to protect Nicole Tyler. I would have protected her. You go get Rick Reed.
child.
You go get Jay Wilson. You go get any of them. And my thing is, if they run up, then we gonna run up. She ain't
Yeah.
even know who was in the chat. She's stupid. And then went
Yeah.
down there and thought it was Star Search and she was gonna be famous. This ain't no
Child.
goddamn Star Search. You went down there and
Okay.
linked up with the ops and totally disrespected your platform and
Yes.
totally disrespecting the people that was loyal to you. So when
Yep.
Tracy D and Vita Noir was saying what they were saying, I was doing what I was doing, listening like I
Mm-hmm.
do. But I felt that hit my soul because I felt that, and I'm glad I
Hmm.
wasn't real tight with her and never linked up with her in the world and stuff like that because that's betrayal.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it is.
Brian, I still got that picture you talking about, Brian. I still got it. I got it in my archives.
Wow.
When
Yeah.
Well,
D
Miss
Ramsey was
Olivia,
I
grinding up
actually
on
have a
5A.
when I texted her the call from Ty calling me to come down to the show. And
Mm,
I texted to Fabe when she was over there, thought she was dragging me. And I said, girl, they playing you. Look, this lady didn't call me trying to get me to come down there to fight you. She
mm.
mm,
replied back, oh, you
Well, what'd you say, Tracy? You went out.
yeah, she went out.
Tracy, you went out. Oh Lord, she was gonna tell us the good stuff, Stunner.
She was
You
man.
and your
Miss,
phone. She must have got a phone call.
Right, right. Miss Olivia, though, I want to thank you for letting me sit on your platform.
Oh,
If
thank
you're
you.
gracious enough to allow me to come back, I will be back. I like your
Oh
style,
yeah,
Miss
please hit
Olivia.
the link
I don't mind
anytime I
saying
drop
that.
it, honey. Because if it wasn't for you, we really wouldn't even got that deep into what used to go on back then. So, honey, thank you for popping them memories, honey. They followed back into my head and everything. I'm like, oh my god, I done got
Mhm.
excited about that.
We almost went there because they started playing that semantics game. I was sitting on ready to back them up
Yeah,
out my faces, whichever way it
yeah,
went. Because people get mad because you know something. How you mad at me because I know the history of the beef sector, and you talking
mm,
about Tracy D as a fucking DJ? If you don't go sit
mm,
down somewhere, I need to say that because everybody know that Tracy D is a stylist and Demi did Five Babe hair. If you ain't
yeah,
know that, you need to actually, instead of being on the panel, you need to actually listen because
yes,
what they just did was broke down some real history. So I
yes.
appreciate you. In my eyes, you are an icon in the beef sector. I don't give a fuck what none of the
Aw,
OGs got to say. I said what I said. And I love the
aw,
fact that you are black and about your people because I'm the same way. So
thank
if you're
you.
gracious enough to have me again, I will drop down. This was an excellent live.
Oh,
Tracy D, it was a pleasure meeting you. I
thank
like
you so
Tracy D.
much.
If she get alive, I'll drop down with Tracy D too, because she good people and I like black women
Yeah.
like y'all. So
Thank
I'm
you
finna
so
roll
much,
out, man.
Gunna. I can tell everybody your name again because DKL is
I'm
asking for your name.
stunner like Birdman stunner, number one stunner, what, like Birdman stunner. All I do is
Okay, and
stunner.
people
Yep.
people forget about Duchess and and all of this the history back then with Duchess. You know what I
Kelly
mean?
Love. Our history
And
runs
so yeah,
deep.
it's just so much history. That so many people don't know about. You know what I
Don't know
mean?
about. Don't, and there's
It
so
is.
many people, there's so many gems like you that's right around here with the
Oh,
history, but they rather join these teams and just like I think Miss Cruiser was saying and Food Junkie was saying, you join these teams and then you get in the back. You don't even know the origins of these battles. So
don't
if
know
y'all want to
nothing.
crash out, go on and crash out. Go on and be
Yeah.
the flying monkeys that you told them to be, and we'll sit back
Yes.
and give our
Hmm.
commentary on it. And it's just that simple for
Hmm.
me.
It's just as simple. That's right. Tracy, you back?
Yes,
You was
every
great.
time I
Tell us
get
the good stuff,
I'm gonna stay for
every
that,
girl.
and
time
then I'm
I
gonna
get a
go. I'm gonna
phone
stay to
call,
listen
it
to
knocks
Tracy,
me
then I'm gonna
off.
go.
Okay.
It's
Go
crazy.
ahead, Tracy.
No, I was saying I was trying to forewarn her, and so I sent her a message, and I let her see the incoming call from Ty contacting me, and she told me that she was telling because I violated something like the NDA. She thought I had already signed up to do the show.
Mm.
So she said she was telling because they had all them signing them in what is it them NDAs or something.
The NDAs. Uh huh.
Uh-huh. So she said that she was gonna tell that I told her that I was invited to the show. And
Mm.
I was like, honey, sign an NDA. I would never, because I'm not even coming. And
Right.
but she thought we were coming. She thought we were coming.
Mm.
So she said, she said it don't matter because I'm the star of the show.
Uh. No, she didn't.
Baby, I fell out. I fell out.
Child.
Baby, she
She
told
really did
me,
think she was the star, though, Tracy D. I agree
yes,
with
she
you.
did. She really
She
did.
thought she was the queen of the show.
Yes, yes. I still got the text messages to this day. I cracked up laughing when she said she was the star.
And Sean
I was
Bradley
like,
them that
damn,
just
you,
brought her down there so they could make her look like a fool.
yes. And she couldn't even see it. And
And
I
she
was
couldn't
like,
see
oh,
it.
I'm done. I said, I can't. I can't. It's like, I knew I wasn't coming back over there, no way. But it was just the mere fact that she did not see it. She
Okay.
didn't.
And having her and Nicole not see it, child. That's what be getting me. I'm
Yes.
thinking, girl, are you
Hmm.
okay? Child.
You
And the
see
sad
But
Heidi.
part
I
of
did
it,
You
not
see
know that
Heidi
they had
got to stepping.
contacted you, Tracy. I didn't know they contacted you, girl, till today.
Listen, this lady offered me some tickets to see Tony Braxton and Kim, just to think
What?
she was conning me to come down. I said I already saw them in concert before. I don't
Mm.
need no tickets. No, ma'am, I don't need no tickets. But she tried
Ooh.
to pretend like she was so important and that she had to call me back because she was on the. She had a call coming in from this hedge fund investor. Hmm.
Uh-uh. Girl, no, she did. You hear that,
Yes,
Scandal
she did.
Black?
Yes, she did.
yeah,
So
yes.
whole time I can tell Sean Bradley is on the phone because I can hear this noise in the background. So I grabbed my other phone. So I started recording because I'm like, yeah, they ain't finna put me in no trick bag.
Right.
This lady literally tried to offer me some tickets as if she was plugged with all these celebrities, and she got this hedge fund. And girl, stop. Like nothing that
Yeah.
she was selling, I was buying. It was the way she was trying to convince me that I should come
Yeah.
and to not
Yeah.
say any. She wanted me to keep quiet about what I was gonna say about this. Was when it first jumped off,
Yeah. She wants you to
and
pop up on
she
Five
wanted me to
Babe.
keep. Yes, she wanted me to
Mm-hmm.
keep quiet and bring all of the tea to the show.
Mm-hmm. Then that mean while Five Babe sitting back thinking she a star, they sitting up trying to set up Five Babe because she know that
Absolutely.
you and Five Babe was into it. And Tracy D, and remember when she offered y'all to come fight her in the parking lot or something or whatever was
Wasn't
going
gonna
on
do
back
nothing.
then. So I
Yes.
guess she wanted that to go down on the show, right?
Exactly. She wanted that to go
Mm-hmm.
down on the show. So when they called me and she pretended as if Sean Bradley wasn't going to know anything about me coming, right? Because she
Mm.
was going to surprise him with me. And then him and I
Shit.
can sit down and talk everything over. Because I kept telling her, I don't like him either. I don't fuck with
I,
Mm.
Sean. I'm telling this to Todd.
I remember you
And
saying that. Yep.
she's talking about, oh, he's not going to know anything about it. And look, I made them have to tell on themselves when
Ooh.
QB went live, and he had been invited to the show, so he immediately flipped because he thought he was going to become a star or two.
Mm.
So that's why he flipped because Fabe had him thinking they was going to go down there and take over the show.
Child.
So that's
But
why
let me
he.
ask you this, Tracy D, since we talking. Do you think that the fact that QB joined 5A, do you think that destroyed his channel?
Oh yes,
I do
yes,
too.
yes,
Do
and
you
he could
think
have had.
5A enlisted him because she felt like he was competition?
She didn't like him at first. That's what was so
I
weird.
know.
She was
I
telling me to
know.
watch him, don't talk to him, don't tell him nothing. Would get mad every
Mm-hmm.
time I come on the show. So it was
Mm-hmm.
weird to me. And he knew it because she was shading him, doing all type of crazy shit.
She
Talking
Yep.
about he
did.
was gonna have to pay to come to Vacation, even though he
Yep.
was performing, and it was
That's crazy.
crazy. She didn't want his name on nothing,
I
and
remember
he
that.
couldn't
Yep.
have his Halloween party at my house, like
Yep.
Oh,
all of that. And
Yep.
listen, if he was willing to forgive her, that's on him. But
Yep.
I
That's
wasn't
true.
gonna be a part of it. It was like,
Yeah.
no, no, mm-mm. But he knew
Yeah,
what
she
you
went
time
know,
it
dirty with
was.
QB.
you
She
know,
destroyed him from
clout.
the inside.
She did. You know, clout is a hell of a drug too. Because I noticed, like, some people will put up with a lot of stuff if they feel like who they attached to is kind of popular. Because now
Yep.
that you said that, Tracy D, I forgot about that stuff, but you just bringing it
Mm-hmm.
all back. I remember all of that with how she used to always shade QB, and then people used to tell QB, like Jay Wilson used to be telling
Yeah.
QB, she over there making you look ridiculous. She playing you, and you over there joining up with her, attacking me, and all I'm doing is trying to help you. I can remember
Mm-hmm.
that like it was yesterday. Like people
Yes.
telling QB, like,
Remember
she's
Shasta
shading you.
Tracy,
Yeah, that's signal.
did he
I think her
can you
phone
hear
went
me?
out again. I can hear you
Yeah,
now. Go ahead.
Oh, can okay. No, I was saying when she made him apologize to Sean Bradley and them when they were
Yes.
trying to he was trying to tell her about what they were over there doing.
Sure
And
did.
he literally they was over there shading the hell out of QB. She didn't step
Yep.
up for him not one time.
Not
and
one
then you got,
time.
and
Not
then
one
you got to
time.
remember, the kicker of it all is the allegations that I'm not gonna repeat.
Oh
But
She
you know,
yes.
sure
she
did.
Yes.
put them allegations on him.
She
If a,
Yes.
if
sure
a
did.
Yes.
if a
Yes.
female dog with four legs, I'm not gonna do it right now. Put them allegations on me. I'm not. First of all, I'm gonna check you in a different kind of way. But then two, I'm not finna sit on panels with you and you put the worst allegation on me known to man. I'm not down in QB, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
like those are historical facts. You put a jacket on him that's brutal, and you know it
Yeah.
wasn't true. You know
Yeah. That was cold blooded.
it was
I couldn't
nasty work.
believe that happened right there. I'm not gonna lie. I was
That
like,
was
Yeah.
what? Why would you do that?
Yeah. And it's crazy because you'll be willing to take your own friend down just to, make yourself look good.
Yeah. And that's what she
That's
did.
awful.
So
Yes.
when people like you and Vila Noah said that now we ain't going for this, I done changed my ways and I'm back to the prophetess. Ain't nobody going for that because we remember what happened. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And then,
And
then you're a
I
snake.
really
When you
do
don't
think
will
if
it,
she
when you're
won't,
not willing to go along with it, then you're the snake.
Yeah, yeah. And the way she did Bama Girl.
Oh God.
Oh my God,
It was just
that was straight. That,
one after the next. And after I left, and then she tried to become the victim to all of those young ladies. All those
yep,
ladies, she was the victim.
yep,
She
yep.
eventually, one by one, single handedly did them the same way.
So did, so did one by one, just like you said, one
Mm-hmm.
by one. Yep,
Mm-hmm. Even her
yep,
own best friend, remember the girl Farida? They came
yep,
over.
yeah. Oh my God, yep, yep,
Ah, it was crazy. So
yep,
that's why she's over there in the position she's in right now. Because
yep.
you play with God, this what you get.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm, that's
And
deep.
people wonder why Jay Wilson can't never really get it all the way together. That's the reason why you play too much. You playing with the wrong God,
Baby,
okay?
I don't play with God, baby. He didn't
I
did
don't
too
either.
much for me, saved my life.
Mm,
You know, I had
amen.
leukemia, got a stem cell transplant, and you know what I'm saying? I don't play.
Yeah,
I know what he
yeah,
did for me.
Yeah.
yeah,
Amen.
yeah. You
That's
right.
true.
I ain't even going. I was like, you know what? I wanted to help her, you know, and at that time I wasn't working because I was off after getting all these surgeries, and it
Yeah,
was a long battle. And
yeah.
I end up coming to YouTube after that.
Yeah, but Tracy,
And
D, you really did. You and Demi, y'all really did help her. You see what I'm saying? If she at the point to where you and Demi was helping her, that's when she could have really made the leap into making something out of her channel, turn it into like a Tasha K situation. You know what I
yes.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she even had people, other content creators, on her side. Like what's that lady used to do the food reviews, the mukbangs?
Oh yes.
Um,
Remember?
um,
Oh, what's
B
her
loves
name?
life. That B loves life. That does
Yeah,
the
remember
the crab
she
boils.
shitted on her. Remember
Yeah,
she
she
ordered
did.
that. Remember she ordered the seasoning. B Love
Mm-hmm.
came over there to try to support her and everything, and then she came back
Mm-hmm.
talking about it was a scam because she didn't get her sauce. And I mean, it's
What?
like no, you cannot trust a person like her.
I didn't know she
Baby.
turned on B loves life.
Yes, yes.
Oh
It
wow.
don't matter who it is.
Mm-mm.
It don't matter
Oh
who it is.
wow.
Mm-mm.
But she
Yeah,
put
it
B
was
loves
crazy.
life in that little. Remember that little commercial that she had. She put the little
Mm-hmm.
clip of B loves life shouting her out in the commercial, and
Yep.
turned on the
Uh-huh.
lady.
But after she didn't get her what was it, the crab sauce or whatever that was she was selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came back
Wow.
and shaded the hell out of that lady.
Sure did.
Wow.
Sure
Yes,
did.
it was
Well,
crazy.
Yep.
But like I
God bless
kept
her
telling
heart.
them, I said, anybody can get it. What are y'all talking about? So when I see her with this whole show she's over there doing now, I just can't even believe that this is real. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not real. And it
Mm-mm.
could be for her in her head. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In her
Yep.
Facts.
head, because
That's a
she
fact.
did speak about a lot of the stuff that I talked about when she was over there lying on me about the mental illness, being in the crazy
Hmm.
house. She spoke on all of it. So how was I lying on you? And now you're out here telling these people exactly what you told me about you being in the crazy
Mm-hmm.
house. And
Yep.
that ain't nothing to play with or laugh at. It's just the fact that I knew it was some mental illness still going on. For
Mm-mm.
you to come up with these stories and these lies the way you do, you can't have a sound mind.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
It's
And
no
even
way.
to this day, is she not even the only one? Like I said, that's why I said that her and VS, they have a lot in common. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes,
They
yes,
have a lot in common. Like they
I agree.
really do.
I agree.
yes,
They
yes. I
really
see a
do. You
lot of
get
similarities, and that's why they ended up, finding one another on this app because they
yeah.
could see themselves in each other, in one
Yes.
another.
Mhm.
They got abandonment issues, and they like to
Mm-hmm.
rule with an iron
Mm-hmm.
fist. And what
Mhm.
they'll
Yes.
do is, if you don't pick a side, you better believe that they're going to pick the side for you, and
Mhm.
anybody can get it. Like, listen, they don't. They run things from a very diabolical iron fist
Mhm.
standpoint. And Fa Babe
Mhm.
used to take plays straight from VS. I'm talking about
Oh
women's
yes.
Mhm.
empowerment. She used.
Yes.
I literally seen her come out the mouth and say that. That's why Tracy D. When you said Five Babe is a collaboration of Sean Bradley and
Yes.
VS. That's a person that
Yes.
Mhm.
knows Five Babe. That's a person that knows Five Babe because that's who
Mhm.
she is. She's a mix
Yes.
of
Mhm.
both of them, but she's more entertaining than both of them. I wish
Mhm.
that her mental state You
Yes.
know, if she's praying to a God,
Right.
bless that child, Lord, because that
Mm-hmm.
girl can talk cash, money, shit. And
Well,
listen,
I'm gonna tell
when
you
she
this.
used,
She got it because she was raised in the church. So she has
Mm-hmm.
the lingo. So was I. I
hmm
was raised in the church.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather had a church. Her grandmother
hmm
ran
Mm-hmm.
a church out of her home. So she
yeah.
knows how to get up and speak in front of a congregation.
But see, also
Yes.
too, Tracy, let me say this too. Also too, here in Chicago, and I'm not from Chicago, I'm from Pennsylvania, but I've been living in Chicago 10 years. The game that we know is different from the YouTube game. So I know she playing church for the collection
Mm-hmm.
plate, just
Mm-hmm.
like you said it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just that
Mm-hmm.
simple to me. She learned how to do it, she mastered it, she's using a different angle. I'm not going to judge her spirituality and her relationship with God
Yes.
personally
Mm-hmm.
for me because I don't have the right to do that. And I
Mm-hmm.
do believe that it's real, even coming from a person that has bad ways they can
Yes.
still have a real relationship with God. So I
Mm-hmm.
do want to say that. But what I will say is church is a real game and
Yes,
Far Baby is
absolutely.
a real player. And
Yeah,
y'all need to know that.
absolutely. I will give
Mm-hmm.
her. And look, I have never said that she wasn't entertaining. She actually has the. She had the energy to take it way
To a
further.
whole nother
If
level.
she,
Yeah.
Boom.
yes,
She
if
sure
she hadn't have
is.
been so
Yeah.
conniving in her ways, because
You
it was
said it.
Yeah.
people that was really there to support her. Really
Yeah.
had she had a following that she could have took
Yes.
a long way. But you can't stump on the people. Even if you didn't want to fool with me no more, honey, take it and go on about your business.
No,
Yeah.
But to try to
She
tear
should
the
have. She
next
should
man
have.
down to get up, it ain't gonna work.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
what she should have did. She should have sat there because your daughter is beautiful as well. That is a
Yes.
beautiful brown skinned girl. She should
Yes.
have
Thank
sat
you.
you. She should have sat you, your daughter, and her in the middle because, in my opinion, she is the star. I'm gonna give her that. She should
Hmm.
have sat her in the middle, and she should have transitioned from beef sector topics to hot topics with her girlfriends because you
Yes.
already had it in play
Yes.
and ran
Yes.
that
Yeah.
cash up like you know how to do it.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
Yes.
so slick, you done out
Yes.
slicked yourself. The West Side is a
Yes.
motherfucker. You done out slicked yourself
Come
with
on.
that
Come
West
on.
Yes.
Side hustle, and that's
Yeah.
all it
Absolutely.
is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
listen,
She didn't have
I
enough
didn't have a
sense.
problem playing the back because I
Yeah.
didn't really like being in front of the camera. I used to tell her that I would be over there and she would be doing shows and y'all didn't even know I was there. That's how much
Mm.
I didn't care about being front and center. I had no problem with playing the role, the production, whatever, in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then come on every now and then, because a lot of shows we did over there was funny as hell. We would get toe up and be cracking up,
And
just
I'll
Mm.
be
having
dying.
fun. Fun,
And I'll
fun,
be
fun.
I shouldn't even have been watching y'all because I had an admiration for Tracy, but the way she used to rate and then remember she played the dog barking when they was called a tree dog.
Yes, look,
I
and
was
then I
in
brought
my
the dog
crib.
over there. I brought the
Yeah. Then
dog.
she
I
took the
was
news. She straight up took the news from Tracy. She took it from her. I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. Oh
and
gosh.
did it better. That she did it better. I'm
Yes, and
sorry.
her
And
and
she did
Tracy
it
was
I'm
better.
sorry.
friends before I even came in the picture. Her and Tracy was cool.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. She was a moderator of Tracy's. I can tell you that. And the reason why we even started rocking with Tracy is because when James Caldwell had that ponytail challenge, Fabe was like it was a ponytail or some type of challenge.
Yes, no,
Fabe was a
that was Sean Bradley. Well, Fabe and Rita are the ones that set it up, and then Sean took Club Chat over to Rita's to shit on Fabe. This is what I'm saying. This
exactly.
man
And when Rita
never
got the
liked her.
money,
He
yep,
never
Let
when
me
Rita
let
liked
got the
her.
money,
Why would you fool
yeah.
with this man? He never
you
liked
so
Fabe.
right. And
Yeah. That's right. Let me out.
When Rita got that money, Fly
Oh,
Babe started doing like the homophobic slurs, and that's the
yep.
only reason why I stopped rocking with Fly Babe because you best to believe that my homie Chipper the Air was right in that chat, and I would have for sure been Babe Nation because I find her to be hilarious. That's my type of chick. With Tracy D is likable and she's a star in her own right.
Right.
So Fly Babe is a jazzy little something. She gonna move Tracy D out the way because she seen Tracy D coming at the door.
Well, she
Tracy D,
tried. She seen. She started seeing Tracy D as a threat. Y'all got to
as a
remember.
threat because Tracy
And
D
she
is a
because Tracy
likable
D
one.
was getting all the love. People,
Yeah.
She's
where Tracy
likable.
D at? You know what I
That's
mean? Yeah,
why,
she's
She's
and
very
likable. She's
that's the
likable.
reason
real.
why I was kind of pulling back because I didn't want her to think that okay, she's coming in and taking over. No, let me play. Look, we would be setting up what we were gonna do before she even went live. We both coming up with ideas on how we getting ready to do this show. We came up with a lot of the characters that we were gonna play when she did the Mess Express. Remember?
Come on now.
And
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I played Bless Watkins.
Yep. Yep. I remember it.
Tracy D. Let me say this to you: you a star and a powerful YouTube content creator in your own right, and that's one of them things, and likable too. Like you remind me just of a real
Yeah.
person that live on my
Yeah.
block that I speak
Yep.
to every time I
Right,
see it.
right.
And I might be cool with the kids because they're a little younger, go get my weed, pop my shit. But I'm like, oh, that's Miss Tracy. And always gonna speak like you. That's who you are, and I can feel it in
Hmm.
my soul. So that
Yes.
right there is something that she can feel in her soul. And
Yeah.
she a jazzy little bugger. She gonna push you to the side because she
Hmm.
know that's coming, and you ain't got to work for it. That's just who you are as a
And I
person. You see
told
what I'm
her
saying?
that's what, and I tried to make her feel comfortable by letting her know, look, I'm not trying to be a content creator. You see, to this day, I'm not one. So
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
don't even have to be intimidated by that. Like I'm
yeah.
clout chasing in order to come up off of you. If that was the case,
Hmm.
I would have been
Oh,
had a
that's
channel.
not. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Exposed TV. That is not true. Exposed TV said at Kimberly Back, and you notice nobody calls out VS on her BS or talk about her now that
We
she is
did.
back. That is not true, honey. I talk
Yes, we
about that
will
catfish crazy demon all the time, and we
They must have
mentioned
just got
you
here.
must
They
have
didn't hear
came
what
in
I
late
said in the beginning
because
about her.
we was
Yes.
talking about how much they are similar. So you
yes,
Yes.
we
must have
were.
came in late. But yeah,
Yeah.
honey, we've
Go
been
back.
talking about both of them.
Yeah, you got to go
Yeah,
back.
And I don't
Red
shy
bar.
away from talking. And me personally, and Tracy Deacon and Stunner can vouch for me. I ain't
for
never
sure.
shied away about talking about both of them. Okay, because
Yes.
they
Never.
both demons, in my opinion. Why the fuck you
Hmm.
think they don't like me? Okay, just
You
like
Yes.
the
went
people
into
you support now.
you
The
went into
hell,
full fledged battle with Fire Baby. Did he don't know
so
what
the
they be
fuck
talking about?
did.
Yes, ma'am.
Full
Well,
Yes.
fledged
I about
battle.
took it there, and I said, you know what? Let me get a hold of myself. Let me get a hold of myself for go destroy the girl and just leave her alone and let her
And
do her.
Hmm.
didn't
But we had now
and in
that was
my
beef. We
and you
had
held your
beef.
ground too. You held your ground too
Yeah,
because
Yes, she did. Yes. Yes, she
with
did.
Deanna Irvin and you and certain ones, when the
Mhm.
argument happens, she gonna have to come with it, and she gonna come with it. Fire Baby gonna
yeah,
come with it. But when
yeah,
the argument happens with you, Deanna Irvin, and a few of the other ones, that cuss out is coming right back, and you held your ground. So they, like I said, they be jumping in the chat loud and wrong. Go red ball it back and then expose some real information, you dumb motherfucker.
yeah. You got to realize what was. S just shows you how much people don't know about the history. Do you see what I
Yes.
mean about the
Yes.
past? And so this really kind of like you said, Stunner, bringing it full circle.
Yep.
With that comment right here that's on the screen, because a lot of people don't know how hard back in the day we was really beefing for real, and it was
Banging.
organic back then. The only
It really
my
was.
thing is, I never want to go below the belt. I won't never call nobody job. I don't want to dox nobody. I don't want to talk about nobody's kids and all of this
Hmm.
and all that. I really just want to beef because I could bring you down with my words, but even with my words, I still didn't go as far as I could go. Even to this day, even when it's that catfish crazy demon, and I do talk about it, I still don't go as far as I can go. Because if you let yourself go as far as you can go, then you ain't no better than they are. Then how you gonna
One
talk about it?
Right. That's true.
one thing about doxing somebody in the Windy City, you play a dangerous game because you might pull up somebody that knows some people that you do not want to know. That
Right?
Ooh-wee.
doxing is dangerous,
That's
and
true.
everybody ain't gonna play with you. There's some
That's
people
true.
that if they decide to get on you, you doxing people in Chicago, you don't know who they know,
Yes.
and I can promise
Yes.
you they not finna play these internet games with you
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
when
why
and
you
I
you
got
know
up
what?
dox.
off
I
of here.
understand, Stunner. You right.
Yeah.
Some of the people that's the lost their livelihood and all
Oh,
this.
I
Hmm.
All
know.
people. I don't see how
Hmm.
nobody ain't got hurt behind that. Cause
Yep.
that would make me flip to the other side.
And
It
that's
would make
exactly why
me
I got
like
off of here.
y'all remember when what's her name S Hutchinson drove down there to try to find VS and all of this and all that. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yes.
But she eventually went back home. But see, somebody like me, the reason why I can't internalize it because I will come to you. We will be into it for real.
Yes.
So
No doubt
I
about
can't
that.
take it there. You know what I mean?
No doubt
I
about
can't
that.
nope. I don't want
Yeah.
to be that kind of person. Not for
Hmm.
no internet. You know what I mean?
And the
Exactly.
beef sector is going
Exactly.
to get like that because the Mo 3 sector that they kind of rock with Lemon's channel. Now, Mo 3 sector is highly entertaining. They're very ratchet. They're younger and they will pull up and fight in Dallas in the drop of a hat. So when it comes to how 2.0 could have got in Vegas, it could have got there because they said that
Yeah,
Shaquem was hiding from Cam because Cam was finna beat him up. And people in the
yeah,
chat said Lemon really was hiding him out the whole
yeah.
time, protecting him from Cam. So that was really going on with them Mo 3 guys them Mo3
Hmm.
guys will pop out and really. I like the Mo3 guys. They remind me of me, even though I'm gay.
Well,
Like
I really
they
thought
remind me of
Shaquem
me.
was gonna get beat up by one of the Mo three guys. That's just what I was saying.
Cam was gonna get Cam and VS. Apparently, Cam and VS was supposed to like set him up, is what they was saying. So they was trying to get to his hotel, and apparently he talked to maybe like Ness and Shakim, or I mean Ness and Lemon, or one of them, and then he ended up going to Ness and Lemon's hotel. But people in the chat was saying that if it wasn't for Lemon really like hiding Shakim out and protecting, because that's the whole reason why they didn't put out no content. Basically,
Mm,
people said that they was really hiding, and this is not a secret. People
mm,
said that they had a lot. They was popping all the shit online, and the reason why they didn't put out a lot of content is because they was hiding from people because they knew a lot of people wanted to put hands on them, primarily Shakim. So they was basically like hiding Shakim out because Cam was
mm,
looking for him, and Cam
mm.
is Mo3, and then Envy come from Lemon Platform as well. You know, not to tell their business, but he the one that finesse
I'm gonna drop
misunderstood
down,
out
Miss
of the room.
Olivia. It was good
Okay,
talking to
okay.
you,
Thanks for
and
coming
you
up,
as
Tracy.
well,
It was
young man.
great to
What's your
hear
name
from you
again?
again.
Nice meeting you, Tracy D. Thank you so
You as
much,
well. I don't know
Miss
nothing about the
Olivia.
Mo3 sector, so I'm gonna go back in the chat.
No, no,
Okay,
Okay,
no,
well,
no.
pop
And
up more often.
actually,
Come
well,
back
let me
and
say
see
this.
me.
okay,
Let me
I
say this
will.
though. Let me say this though. I'm finna drop. But Tracy
Okay,
D, it was a pleasure. Miss Olivia, it was a pleasure.
You
Y'all
as
took me
thank
well.
back.
you.
Y'all made me feel good. Happy Labor Day.
Yes.
Y'all turn up. Please make sure y'all
Okay.
stay safe. And I'm finna
Thank
drop.
you.
But I'm not gonna get into more
Okay.
three.
Have
I'm
a
out of
good
here.
one.
Thank y'all for letting me come on. I
Okay, thank you,
appreciate y'all.
Stunner.
Yep, have a
Thank you,
good one.
appreciate you. And thank you too, Tracy. Y'all, oh my God. I can't believe we had this conversation today. You know what I mean? And I'm like, baby, it brought back so many memories. Um, yeah, but like I said, it's Exposed TV. Maybe you came in late. Because I don't never pass a chance up on talking about what that cat piss crazy demon is doing. But it's just that we fell into history today. And I thank y'all for, because a lot of people never heard some of this stuff. And that's why I like when we talk about the past, you know what I mean? Because you have something to compare what's going on now to what happened back then. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, yeah. Thank you, Stunner. Thank you, Tracy D. Thank you, V. Lenore. Who else came? Cruiser came up. Miss Creole came up. Food Junkie came up. I mean, we had a lot of the old people in the chat, whether you Babe Nation or not. Thank you for people still swinging for Fire Babe. You know what I mean? And somebody said it was a therapeutic session, about Fire Babe or whatever, right? But people, because see, that's how you know back then them beats was really organic. You see what I'm saying? That's true, Tisa. Them beats was still was they organic, and because people still is feeling the way about that stuff, because it actually impacted their lives. Do you see what I'm saying? As opposed to the day, in my opinion, it's just like a whole lot of fluff. I can't take it seriously. Do you see what I'm saying? And yeah, I just laugh at it, but it's content. You know what I mean? I love doing B sector content. That's why I'm still here. You know what I mean? And then my people, my porch watchers, my nomads, we still here. I love the content. I'm here for it, honey. No, Rodney is going after Billie Jean for what? For what? Chap, thank you, First Lady of YouTube. Y'all, I can't believe I've been here for 3 hours. What are you going after Billie Jean for? I didn't even know that was going on. Yeah, Miss 313 came up. Thank you, Miss 313. Thank you to everybody that popped up. Oh, I'm so happy to see Tracy D and V. Lenore and just everybody. And I'm so happy I met. Thank you, Lynn Morris. I'm so happy I met Stunner. Y'all were great today. I was like, what? And y'all know Miss Cruiser had to come up here and be real messy. I was like, yes, honey, I am here for it. And so I guess the reason why the conversation really lasted so long about Phi Babe simply is because it's such a big part of what you say exposed. Let me go back up. She's such a big part of B sector history. And for the fact that a lot of people don't, I said Kwani and Miss O. Oh, thank you, exposed. Okay, yeah, I think it's because a lot of this stuff that went on back then was so organic to me in my mind because I was back there. When I came in, it was so hyped up over here. And if you got involved, you knew that you was gonna have to swing for your life, honey. You used to have to swing for the gods back in the day. You didn't have no choice but to beef or be quiet. Do you see what I'm saying? Even the subscribers was swinging, honey, because they was, standing strong for the people on their sides. It got so deep. I told my people, look, don't swing, don't fight for me in these chats. I'm gonna fight for myself, And so I used to say that because I didn't want none of my people getting doxxed. I was doxxed about a voodoo doll, for God's sake. Talking about a voodoo doll, y'all. I got doxxed. Thank you, Serious Bailey. Yeah, Serious Bailey was on here down in the chat. Serious, look, y'all. Serious was in the thick of things. Okay, now, just like Tracy D was in the thick of things and V Lenore, Serious Bayless, when it comes to that cat piece crazy demon, child, child, child. She was trying to destroy Serious Bayless' place to stay. That's how deep it got. Trying to get people to be quiet. So she trying to revamp her, all that dirt she had did because it was so many people that remember what she had to go on. She had tried to recreate herself. You see what I'm saying? To the point to where she had to shut Sirius down because she know that Bayless know everything. It's still some stuff Bayless know about her that Bayless ain't never gonna say. Do you see what I'm saying? Child, that's why they don't want you to talk, right, Bayless? Because that's how deep things was back then, y'all. So if you've never heard these stories, that's why we had this conversation today. Because y'all just back then, child. Mm-mm. Teacher remember then how emotional you was on that child. She said, "What was your reaction to Billie Jean production, Miss O?" Oh, I loved it. I talked about it. I talked about it at the beginning of the video, and that also reminds me, y'all. Please be part of the replay game. If you came in late, because we done had some great commentary today. But I talked about it. At the beginning of the video. I loved her production. You know, I'm glad she was basically. I'm glad she left that demon alone too. I sure am. I sure am. Yeah, that people like that, they don't do nothing but suck your energy dry. You see what I'm saying? If you allow them to, and so, but you can't move with people like that. See people like Bayless and a Tracy D and a V Lenore, they really be feeling sorry, for these people, and only to end up, getting kicked to the side and treated like a dog, because these people are so evil. They really didn't never care about them in the first place. They were just using them, trying to drain them dry. And that don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Miss O. Oh yeah, and y'all don't forget about Miss Creole's baked potato child. Miss Creole, can you please hit the link and give people the information one more time, if you will, so they can hear it coming out of your mouth? Because we got over 300 people in here. You know what I mean? And so, but yeah, that it used to be crazy back then. A lot of people remember. Miss 313 came up, and hit the link. Let me read this. Kiki Prime said, "Did you see what Beta said in the chat earlier? She said folks took pictures of their own children and put no, I didn't, Miss Kiki. I didn't see that. Child, Lord have mercy. Oh, you in the drive-through? Okay, it's on. Okay, y'all go to Creole Butterflies, aka Libra Butterflies channel, and hit her community wall, and y'all will see the time and the date. I'm not sure what it is right now. For the baked potato challenge. And I don't drop links. But the name of her channel is Billie Jean. That's the name of her channel. BILLIEJENN. And she don't have no troll or no avatar up there. It's just a black circle, and that's Billie Jean's channel. But I can't. I have to go on my whatchamacallit to make it to where people can drop links. The reason why I stopped letting people. Okay, y'all. Her baked potato contest, y'all, is on the 7th, and y'all know y'all can put pretty much any kind of toppings you want to on a baked potato. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, I had one the other night thinking about Miss Creole baked potato challenge, and it's at 6:30 Eastern time, and it's on the 7th, y'all. That's when Miss Creole Butterflies baked potato challenge is gonna take place, and I'm sure that is going to be a very good challenge. Like I said, because you can pretty much put anything on the top of a baked potato. The one I had the other night, I wanted the meaty baked potato, so I chopped up me some chicken, I chopped up me some turkey, and I chopped up me some ham. I put me some cheese on it, and I put me some American cheese on it, but I put some Alfredo on it. The potato was big, and honey, I was just getting my whole life. Ain't no telling what I slap on it. Sometimes I could slap barbecue on it, just anything. So that channel, that challenge ought to be great. You know what I mean? But anyway, y'all, I love this conversation. And the last thing I want to say before I get out of here is I heard a couple of the content creators talking about that Lee Daniels movie. The Deliverance. Did any of y'all hit the one that some of y'all seen that movie? Because I heard Jay Wilson talking about it, and he did an okay job, from his viewpoint. I think he took a viewpoint coming from like clergy, and I heard Treasure Lane talking about it, and he was just giving a review straight up on the movie. Do you see what I'm saying? Two can keep a secret if one of them is there. You seen it, Grace Blood? And so my take on it was I didn't hear either of them saying what I got out of that movie was it was about spiritual warfare as well as generational curses. That's what I took out of it. And you guys know I used to talk about generational curses and spiritual warfare all the time. And for did you see that, Sis Bayless? And that movie was very good to me because I wasn't really okay, it was supposed to be a horror movie, but for me, the deeper meaning was generational curses as well as spiritual warfare. And black people are very familiar with those types of traumas, and so I really liked the movie. You know what I mean? I mean I got it. You know what I mean? That's what I took out of it. You know what I mean? And but as far as that house, honey, that house really that it was really I don't when they tore that house down. I hope they consecrated that land because they said it's still happening. Some weird stuff happening on that property right to this day. I'm like, did they consecrate the land, child? I was like, oh, it was a lot going on with this movie. Did y'all get this? And then I mean, of course, they took some, some liberties, some dramatic, liberties for the movie and all this and all that. Um, and I think that Lee Daniels did a good job. I think what was that lady named Ingenue? That girl, she played the lead. Ingenue, no, Andra Day. I think she did a very good job. Wasn't it an awesome movie, D Dot? Yeah, you need to watch it, Lisa J. If you ain't watched it, it's real good. Like I said, it's supposed to be a horror movie, but if you really get what's going on, it's talking about generational curses and also spiritual warfare. You know what I mean? And for the fact that several people actually seen them kids being possessed and all this and all that, I was like, wow, a lot of people don't believe in that stuff. But things like that really happen. Well, I mean, I'm gonna stop right there because I done seen it and other people done talked about it too. you know. And so, but that's what I took out of. But it's really good. If I ain't seen it, y'all ought to go see it. Y'all ought to go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's called The Deliverance. And I was like, baby, I had to pray before watching it and after I watched it because they said during the filming of the movie, Lee Daniels' dog died and Monique was put in the hospital for real. And I was like, oh Lord, let me pray. Let me pray. Let me consecrate my TV, child, before I watch this movie. Child, Andra Day was up there talking in tongues, and they say that was an ad lib right there. She went into talking tongues for real, y'all. I was like, honey, if that ain't some powerful stuff, I don't know what is, but child, mm-mm-mm. It was a wonderful movie. I liked it. It was the most evil, satanic, demonic movie ever. I had to, oh, you need to see it, nah. Don't watch it. Oh, serious, you a mess. But it was a deeper meaning to it. You really got to realize what was going on. Yeah, it was about spiritual warfare because you know what the Bible says about spiritual warfare, honey. We into it with principalities and demons, baby. Okay, and we know about generational. I felt like it was when Lee Daniels talked about them generational curses. It was them generational curses coming manifest. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, wow. And so I really get where he was going with that. You know what I mean? The horror of it all was them generational curses. That was the scariest thing for me. Okay, that's crazy. And so I hope that is those people, those young people. I hope they're a lot better now. But yeah, it was the most comical horror movie. It wasn't comical to me, because I got it. Um, so yeah, yeah. It's a good movie. I liked it. I liked it. I really did. And I hope y'all go see it. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. And I know that's right, Missy. I buke it in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Right, Mill C? Child ain't nothing to play with. That's why I said I hope they consecrated their ground. That's right. That's the name of it, y'all. The Deliverance. If y'all ain't seen it on Netflix, child, go watch it. It was really good. It was really good. And of course, Monique was excellent in it. Anytime Monique be in the movie, I love to watch Monique because she is so diverse. And this is the second horror type movie that Lee Daniels that had Monique in, because he had Monique in, what was that movie a little while ago? It was another, I forgot the name of it, but she was good in that movie too. While she was running back and forth and all of this and that. I was like, bye bye. What's really going on here? You go, Monique. You do your thing, girl. But I just be happy to see her back on the big screen. I sure do. But y'all know, for my people that really like politics, there's supposed to be a debate if Trump don't back out on September 10th between him and Kamala Harris. And we only got to November. You're right about that, smooth Tennessee history. We only have to November, and then it's almost election day. So this debate is going to be pivotal. You know what I mean? And whichever side you on, but I hope Kamala comes out and does a better job than poor Joe Biden did. You know what I mean? And so yeah, yeah. Right, Bayless, you right about that. That's the truth. That's the truth. But yeah, y'all watch out for that. Yeah, and please register to vote if you haven't, and make sure that you're actually on the and actually make sure they haven't removed your name when it comes to being able to vote in your district, because they're doing a lot of tricky stuff right now and trying to stop people from voting and all of this and all that. And you know that as black people we have had to fight for our right to vote for ever since we were freed, ever since our ancestors were freed from slavery. And you don't want to go backwards, you want to go forwards. We want to go forwards. I would love to hear Kamala Harris talk about that 20, was it Project 25? I've heard her mention it on the news in passing. I don't know why they won't break it down. You see what I'm saying? And I think if people heard some stuff like that, because it just don't only affect people of color, it affects the very people that are uplifting Trump as well. And a lot of people don't understand that, but they really need to talk about Project 25 more, in my opinion, because that is scary. You know, this election is one of the most important elections. We are literally in a fight for our freedom, in my opinion. That's how I feel about it. That's how, for our very freedoms. That's how I feel about it. People need to start taking it more serious. You know what I mean? But anyway, child, can y'all believe I was on here for 3 hours and 36 minutes? That's how invested in this conversation I was. But baby, anytime we start talking about beef sector history, we got to come on and talk about it. And I loved everything. Thank all the girls for coming up here today. And Stunner started this, and thank you, Stunner. But to see V. Lenore and Tracy D on the same live, I was like, wait, what's going on? That's right, our very rights are on the line. Thank you, Bossy Don D. But let me get off here, y'all. I hope y'all appreciate this live. I hope you hit the like button. Child, I hope you hit the share button. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it really wasn't nothing to talk about, child. You know what I mean? And so I didn't know that, trash talker. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little piece of beef sector history, child. And so we really was the conversation got stuck on Fire Babe because she's part of beef sector history, no matter what she's doing now. And it really was a compare and contrast. In case you guys didn't get that, nobody was trying to, stick it to her or start a beef with her again. It's just a part of the history, like it actually happened. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's why the conversation got stuck on that. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, especially if you had never heard it before. There's so much stuff. Thank you, Chakra King. There's so much stuff that happened in the past that was really good when it comes to beef sector history. And anytime I can strike up a panel to talk about it, that's what I'm gonna do, child. Okay, but anyway, but for right now, I'm getting ready to get off of here. Okay. I please be part of the replay game. Oh, y'all almost forgot to say, y'all please check out my product tag bag. I got some goodies in there today. Get you something. Winter it's starting. It's gonna be cooling off quicker than you think, and you want your skin to still be moisturized, just like you did in the summer. You want to be moisturized in the winter because you know we get real, real dry when it come to winter time, honey. Okay. Thank you, Lisa J. But anyway, y'all check out that product tag bag. Child, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. And thank y'all so much for joining me. I love you in the way that Christ loves you. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Peace.